Woo. Okay. 10th stream. I've done 2 streams today. Not 1, but 2. Okay. So, what is this? Oh, their official wiki. Nice. Dear Diana, who are you? Your election. Oof. She got 50% of the votes. This Foxy person only went 0.104%. 425,000 votes for this day. 230 of you. Skyblock has been around for longer than this. Well, they didn't start doing these elections. Instead, oh, Seraphine. Democracy has never been this simple, everyone. I know. You basically just explained to me what democracy is. You basically just explained that to me. I don't need to know. This person is still going. Oh, Foxy, I remember this guy. George Not Found. He reminded me of George Not Found. Like, was here. Pretty sure he was here. These 3 people were never here. And Diane? She was here. Okay, yeah. What? 25,000 for a level 100, given 25. Strength, intelligence, crit chance, crit damage, magic friend as well. I already have this. Imagine Dante was here again. Imagine Dante part 2. Dante's child comes in here. Boom, he's like, poor Dante. Let's be honest, I'm not gonna do that. Okay.
Squid Kid's potato farm. His minions were too close together. Now, with any other kind of minion, that wouldn't have mattered at all, but potato minions are unique. When they're too close together, they'll start trying to plant in spots the other minions already planted and get stuck in an infinite loop, dragging down the overall farm's potato output by as much as 90%. The reason he hadn't noticed this and was still first place in potatoes is because this only happens when someone is online and on the island, because otherwise Skyblock just runs a calculation to guess how many resources your minions would have made while you were offline. Anyways, he left the door to his AFK machine open, so I left my alt in there. Welcome to the real world, Squid Kid. Okay, can we take a moment to talk about Jerry, alright? I got a Jerry here. I got a Jerry there. There's actually 2 Jerrys in there. I have video evidence, okay? Look at this. He's multiplying. He's undergoing mitosis. But that's not all. The other day I was just minding my business and then... Why is he there? I knew I couldn't rely just on sabotage to get first place, because who knows if there's other people out there just like Squid Kid throwing away everything just to farm more potatoes. So I decided to look into alternate fuel sources for my minions. I mean, enchanted lava buckets are already the most efficient permanent fuel source in the game, but what about temporary fuel sources? So I got a bunch of hamster wheels, which give twice as much of a boost, 50%, but for only a day. And I threw like 100 of them into the potato dome, and it started making 450,000 potatoes per day. And so the days went by. Every day I'd log in and AFK on Squid Kid's island with my alt, while my minions burned through hamster wheels, quickly bringing me into the potato top 10. I was finally making good progress, until one day, when I went to AFK on his island again. Oh god, he's online. What do you want? Why do you keep doing this? I just wanted to check on the Last Supper, man. You AFK'd on my island for 12 hours! It was a good painting! I figured Squid Kid would find it a little bit suspicious if the same guy was AFK at his island every day, so I got a second account, and then I left them both in there. Be extremely subtle, even to the point of formlessness. What? Why? Why are you guys here? I've been buying some enchanted baked potatoes from the auction house. It's not the most efficient use of my money, but look, I need potato 11 minions if I want to catch up as quickly as possible. We can't only have 2. It's not enough. Well, I mean, it is enough, but I want to upload within the next year. But the problem with the auction house is that it's filled with crazy people. Look at this guy. He's bidding 3.9 mil for 26. You think that's bad? 11 million. I could see someone bidding 7 million on a stack of enchanted baked potatoes. 8 million. I could understand that. 11 million. Deranged psychopath. There's no justification. Send this man to prison. After a couple days of minion farming and buying enchanted baked potatoes, we have 102, which in regular potatoes is over 2.6 million, and we can only make 4 maxed potato minions with it. That's all we can make. That's how expensive maxed potato minions are. They're so good, but it doesn't matter because they cost so much. It's never going to pay off. They're all gone. Whatever. It's for the leaderboards. I had to sell everything so that I could invest it in potatoes, man. I had to sell my young dragon armor, my rare cake collection, massively overinflated Halloween items. I had to mortgage my house. It's crazy out there. I actually did pretty well during the Halloween events, which allowed me to raise a lot of money. But I'm just saying, look at this spooky pile, right? Limited edition item with my name and pig rank stamped on them. Could you imagine how much money I would make if I put this on the auction? I would make Dan TDM's 15 mil water bottle look like tap water. He left a sign for me, whitelisted. What do you want from me? I'm just ruining Squid Kid's whole life. He's traumatized. He's just living in fear. Why are they here? Why do they keep showing up? But after a few days, I ran out of hamster wheels and I had to resort to my final weapon. The catalyst. The catalyst is the strongest fuel source in the game, tripling your minion output, but they only last for 3 hours. Fortunately, I had a couple. With the power of catalyst, my potato output skyrocketed, and I put that all back into leveling up my minions. And in a matter of days, I had 22 potato 11 minions producing 893,000 potatoes per day. I don't make hot potato books. I make hot potato libraries. Originally, I thought I'd have to go bankrupt buying catalysts if I wanted to catch up to Squid Kid, but I actually discovered that catalysts are amazing. I can buy the materials to make one for like 10,000 coins on the auction, and then each of them makes 14,000 coins in potatoes. This is a miracle. It's free money. So every day I sold hot potato books, and then I bought more crystals, and then I sold more hot potato books, and then I bought more crystals. And that's the story of how I made infinite money. Well, not really, because you can only use so many per day, but I made a lot, and now I was ranked 3 in potatoes. I did some more investigative journalism and found the guy ranked number 2 in potatoes. I'm gonna give you guys 3 guesses as to who left a funny rating on his post. Squid Kid! I was right on his tail, but I decided to visit his island to see just how strong his potato farm was. Oh, this is a joke. This is pathetic. Only 18 minion slots. This is just sad. I've seen Irish famines with more potatoes than this farm. You might get away with this farm in some garbage vegetable like carrots, but potatoes? How dare you? Oh my god, this crystal, it only covers 5 of these minions. Oh, I'm gonna throw up. Against a farm like that, I easily took rank number 2. It seemed like I was only 1 step away from my potato dreams, and yet Squid Kid had been so dominant on the potato leaderboards that he was still 3 million potatoes ahead. But with Catalyst, such a lead could be destroyed in a matter of days. Still, to be safe, I kept AFKing on his island, until one day. I checked my alts window for a moment, and the island was full. 2 guys I'd never heard of before had called the police on Squid Kid and brought a helper to investigate him. Who called the police? Whitelisted. Are you Squid Kid's alt? No, I just AFK here a lot. As a hobby. I'm so suspicious. He doesn't believe me at all. I'm getting banned. They'd been investigating while Squid Kid was offline. I met him later that day and decided to warn him. Squid, I know we've had our differences.
Bro.
But the...
Bro. No. No. I got all this. Yet. Only 10% of the way. We need to get 10 times more.
police are after you, man. I saw a helper.
Guess I'm staying up until 9.
I saw a helper, Squid. There were 2 dudes, Squid. They came to your island with the helper. They were snitching. I don't know why. I need names. Okay, let me get my screenshots. You gotta be careful, man. The snitches be everywhere. Anyways, I'm gonna go AFK now. Just act natural. Just and I'm gone. It seemed strange to be helping my number 1 enemy, but his sheer dedication to farming potatoes had earned my respect. I had to give him help from one potato brother to another. Also, I'm deeply scared of him. Did you see what he said when I told him the names? Names noted. That is serial killer talk. We ain't gonna be hearing from those 2 guys ever again. I kept farming potatoes, and in a matter of days, Squid Kid's lead was almost completely destroyed. And yet Squid Kid himself had no idea. He even put a billboard on his island, number 1 in potatoes. But why would he suspect? Just a few days ago, he'd seen proof on the forums that he was millions in the lead. The poor fool had no idea what was coming. Has it updated? It hasn't updated. All right, I'm going to the hub. Has it updated? Ah! Yes! Number 1 in potatoes! To celebrate, I took my 2 alts and my main account, and then I AFK'd on all 3 of them. I think at this point, Squid Kid knew that the alts were mine, but he was so confused. Why? Why had Technoblade been AFKing on his island for weeks? He was so confused that he didn't even realize that his potato leaderboard spot had already been taken, so I went to confront him myself one final time. What do you want? Why are you doing this? Your potato rank 1 spot is now mine. He's checking. He's checking. What? How? For years, my machinations lay undetected. This is all I have. Squid, I found a problem with your island. A critical flaw. Get over here. Over here! Squid, get over here. This sign, it has the wrong number. Pretty bad week for Squid Kid overall, I'd say. First he got arrested, and then I cyberbullied him, but it had to be done. And let me just say, there is no chance of him catching up. I even got 23 minion slots just to bury any hope he had. This spot is mine, and that's the story of how I became number 1 on the potato leaderboards, and we lived happily ever after. All the loose ends finally tied together. Well, except for one thing. Oh God, there's another one. There's another Jerry, and he's staring right at me. There's another one. There's a Jerry in the water. No. There's another one out there. I don't understand. What do you want? What do you want? There's another Jerry on the bridge. They've got me surrounded. I don't understand. The other day I was farming potatoes by hand when a man visited my island and asked, why? Didn't you already win the potato war? But no, the potato wars never ended. To understand how things ended up like this, we've got to go back to November. When I dethroned Squid Kid and became the number 1 potato farmer in Skyblock, I went to his island and laughed at him for half an hour. Then my co-op members showed up, and we all started laughing at him. It was not a good day for Squid Kid. He updated it. And then I left. Squid warned me that he wasn't giving up on rank number 1, but I didn't care, so I uploaded the Great Potato War. But in the days after that, I did nothing. I'd spent so long working to become number 1. Now that I had done it, I I didn't feel anything at all. I had no idea what to do with myself. I mean, the video did all right, but not nearly enough to justify the time I had spent on it. And after I uploaded it, so many people started using potato minions that the price of potatoes dropped 30% in the auction house. My plans to become rich had failed both in-game and in real life, but at least I had my potato rank. But when I visited Squid Kid's Island 3 days later, what I found shocked me. He had 23 minion slots. Now, when I made the Great Potato War, some people criticized me for violating Sun Tzu's most basic tenet. Whatever you do, don't reveal all your techniques in a YouTube video. You fool. You moron. But my belief that the Potato War was already over hadn't been baseless. Between my 3 extra minion slots, most of Squid's minions not being max level, and the price of catalysts skyrocketing due to needing the same materials as a new quest, Squid Kid would need almost 100 million coins to catch up. And I knew for a fact he was broke. I decided to do some investigative journalism. I'd seen a new sign on Squid's Island advertising his new guild. So I did what any normal person would do and bought another alt account, and then I infiltrated the guild. But what I found confirmed my worst fears. People were helping Squid Kid. I'd cyberbullied Squid too hard. People had seen the video, felt bad, and gone to his island to hand him the spare items he needed to make more slots, or in some cases just pay him millions of coins, all with the express purpose of defeating Technoblade once and for all. Now, I can't complain about other people getting free stuff, but watching tens of millions get given to my arch nemesis by my own viewers, it was a bro moment. In a week, he had a farm even stronger than my own. My worst fears had been realized. Squid was catching up. If I wanted to remain number 1, I had to act fast. Once more, I consulted the wisdom of ancient times. Let your plans be dark and impenetrable as night, and when you move, fall like a thunderbolt. I couldn't let Squid learn of my plans, so I boarded up the Potato Dome. I hired goons and swore them to secrecy. I knew Squid would be monitoring my actions, so I started an SMP series to throw him off the trail. And like that, I began my plan. I knew there was only one way to defeat Squid once and for all, by building a farm so powerful it reached the theoretical potato limit. And to do that, I would have to do something no solo player had ever done before. Unlock the 24th minion slot. It wasn't going to be easy. Fortunately, I'd already reached 100 million coins by selling potatoes before prices had fallen. I paid my goons to start gathering the resources we needed, whether that was by purchasing directly from NPCs or scouring the auction house 24/7. In the meantime, I headed to the Spider's Den, where I fought Tier 4 Tarantula bosses until I reached Spider Slayer 5, unlocking the Tarantula minion, which gave several new minion crafts. Progress was steady, but we soon encountered an obstacle. Enchanted mud, and it was such a useless item that even if you had the money to pay for it, nobody was selling it on the auction house. I had to go on a manhunt to find someone who was actually using sheep minions so I could trade for it directly. This guy says he has some enchanted button for me. Wait, you're not pulling a Fugle, are you? You wanted some enchanted sugar cane, so that's the approximate equivalent in value. Pleasure doing business with you, Fugle. I partially forgive you for your past crimes. Alright, it took 3 days and over 80 million coins, but we finally got all the materials we need to craft. Just look at this. It's beautiful. It's so organized. These are enough to make 50 unique crafts, and then we'll have 24 minion slots. So we're just gonna speed up the craft in here. We did it, boys! The 24th minion was up, and my farm was now producing 1,067,000 potatoes per day. I now had the maximum number of minions, but if I wanted to make the greatest possible potato farm, there was still one upgrade I needed to get. An upgrade even dumber than all the past upgrades combined. Unfortunately, the website I used to stock Squid Kid's auction bids revealed that he was already working on it. I had no other choice. I once said that the most useless item in the game is a minion expander, but that was before I learned about the Flycatcher. The Flycatcher is an upgrade which increased minion speed by 10%, 5% more than the minion expanders I was currently using. Oh, but Technoblade, that sounds great. Wrong. You would not believe how difficult it is to make a flycatcher. First, you need a fly swatter, which drops from less than 1% of high-level tarantula bosses, and then you need over 10 million coins worth of tarantula silk. To give you guys a quick visual of how many materials we're gonna need some of this, a little bit of this too, some of this, some of that, some of these, and a little bit of that. And if we combine all of that together, we can make one flycatcher. I need 24 of these. It was a daunting task, but I knew we had to start immediately. I'd been stalking Squid Kid's Twitter, so I knew he was a college student, and it was late November. Exam season, Squid Kid would be at his weakest. We had to get as many flycatchers as we could before winter break. I once more gathered my goons and ordered them to acquire the needed materials. My main problem was money. I still had a few tens of millions of coins left over, but if I wanted 24 flycatchers, that wasn't even close to enough. Fortunately, the Potato Dome was making over 3 million coins per day, not including the cost of buying catalyst, which was not an issue for me. Remember when I flexed on all of you with my chest full of catalysts? Yeah, I'm gonna be real with you guys. I was holding back. One of the things I did to raise money was grind candy during spooky festivals, which is how I unlocked this skeleton horse pet, which was a huge flex back in November, and now nobody cares at all. But the important thing about this skeleton horse pet is that there's actually a bug that most people don't know about. The skeleton horse can trample crops on other people's islands. Just kidding, I'd never do something like that. Because I'm a good person. It turns out it's really easy to glitch through doors, so the people visited my island formed an orderly queue to wait their turn to break into the dome. This community is the worst. Getting tarantula silk was taking weeks, but getting the fly swatters was actually quite easy. Sure, it's an incredibly rare boss drop, but the thing is it's only useful for making flycatchers, an item which literally only 2 people on the server were going for, which is how my alt account ended up in a bidding war with Squid Kid. Why did he sent me a party invite? Now he's in the guild chat, pomme de terre. And I've been kicked. The people breaking into the dome have now started a potato cult. I don't know how to feel about this. It ended up taking 5 weeks of constant grinding, but on Christmas Eve, we finally had 24 flycatchers. This was largely thanks to this man who used his expert business skills to outsource the work to dozens of Skyblock tryhards, ultimately contributing 3,000 stacks of tarantula webs, for which I paid over 100 million coins. We'd finally done it. We'd created the strongest possible potato farm, producing 1,129,000 potatoes per day. Unfortunately, Squid's army wasn't slacking off either, and 2 weeks later he too had the strongest theoretical potato farm. Now the only way for him to catch up would be to farm potatoes by hand, and he had already started. I spent 10 hours constructing a gigantic potato farm covering over 21,000 blocks. For the next part of my plan, I went to Pigacle. Yeah, this is mine now.
You just rob it and sell it.
I'll just be taking this. Oh, this is good. I've been pretty broke recently. If you're wondering why I borrowed one of the strongest weapons in the game, it's because the Reaper Scythe has an ability that's crucial for farming potatoes. Now that I had it, I could finally... My farm is finally complete. And it only takes 85 minutes to replant. I made an AFK machine on my island so planted potatoes would keep growing even when I wasn't online. For a few days in January, there was a bug affecting a lot of farming minions. Potato minions were only making 33% the potatoes they were supposed to. Like any normal person, I immediately asked myself, how can I use this information to destroy my enemies? Hey, Squid, notice anything about your minions lately?
Look at this.
Yeah?
Guys.
I farmed potatoes for so long that I began to question my sanity. I knew it was bad when one time, after finishing planting potatoes, I took a nap. And when I woke up, I had no idea how long I'd been asleep. But when I checked my farm, I instantly knew, these potatoes have been growing for 3.5 hours. Shut up, I don't have a problem. Overall, Squid ended up farming over 1 million potatoes by hand. In that same time, I farmed over 5 million. I had to replant this entire field 19 times! Every day I monitored Squid's live streams on Twitch to the point where I amassed 9,000 channel points. I made sure to farm potatoes whenever he was live to demoralize him.
Is he really planting potatoes too? We're gonna go check. This dude has a mental illness.
As time went on, you could begin to hear the hope draining from his voice.
I just can't believe how much he's farming. We need Minecraft Mondays to come back.
At this point, I was pretty confident in winning the potato war, but the problem is I had no idea how large my lead was. I can see my own potato count and what rank I am, but Squid has disabled the API setting that allows other people to see exactly how many potatoes he's at. Little does he know I have spent the last 4 months meticulously updating a spreadsheet of our potato counts, which I did by crawling through his farm and timing each of his
I
minions
better.
with the stopwatch every day to
get
calculate his exact potato output. Based on the math, I should be about 22 million potatoes ahead, which would take over 200 hours of farming by hand to catch up. At that point, I thought the potato war was truly over. But everything changed with the pet update. The first change is that flycatchers got buffed to plus 20%, instantly increasing my potato farm's yield to 1,231,000 potatoes per day. Of course, the main part of the pet update was the pets themselves. I immediately started looking for a pet that would help me win the war. Unfortunately, none of the pets seemed geared towards potato farming. The best option I could find was the rabbit pet, which gave a small boost to your farming experience. A higher farming level gives you a small chance to get extra potatoes when you farm them by hand, so I figured the rabbit pet would probably help me farm potatoes, maybe 1% faster. It could be epic at worst, but we want legendary, please. It turned out rabbit pets had a secret third ability that only legendary variants had, which increased the speed of farming minions by up to 30%. And Squid had no idea it existed. I had to level up my rabbit as fast as possible, and since pet experience is based on skill experience, I decided to grind alchemy. You see, alchemy is the rich man skill, alright? If you have the money to burn on expensive ingredients, you can level up insanely quickly. And this was almost 2 months after I'd finished spending all my money on flycatchers. I had money to burn. I spent so many hours brewing potions that I ended up ranked 4 globally in alchemy. You want to know what level my rabbit is today? 96. It's not even max. This experience requirement is ridiculous. And in this time, Squid was fishing to level up his epic squid pet. It wasn't until 4 days after the update that he learned about the legendary rabbit and got one of his own. But it was too late. His pet sucks. It's level like 65 or something. Thanks to the rabbit pet, my minions now produce 1,586,000 potatoes per day. It's difficult to calculate exactly what my potato lead is right now because the rabbit pet only works when you're online, but the pet update has definitely pushed it to at least 25 million. Since the war began, I have farmed 158 million potatoes, which in hot potato books is over 6,000. I ain't losing this spot. One last thing I'd like to mention. While I was stalking Squid on my alt, the entire lobby was just piling on him in the chat. They were just hating on him. You see, after the first Potato War video, Squid got 40,000 subscribers in the YouTube rank, and ever since then he's been getting hate because, oh my god, he just got YouTube rank because of Technoblade, it's all luck, he sucks. I just like to take a moment to defend Squid Kid and say it's not all luck. I mean, luck was obviously a big factor, nobody's denying that, but the thing is, most opportunities are created by luck. It takes skill to grasp those opportunities and turn it into success. The original Potato War video would have been so much less funny if Squid wasn't number one and it was just some random boring guy. Now I talked to Squid afterwards, he's an adult. He doesn't care at all, but I care, alright? So if you see Squid in a lobby, say something nice to him, compliment his hair or something, because he's been dealing with cringe hate for too long, man. We gotta help him. That being said, if Squid Kid thinks he can take my potato rank, he'd better go farm for 1,000,000 years. It ain't happening, dude. You think I've been insane in this video? Wrong. There's actually so many techniques and strategies that I can't even put in this video because he hasn't discovered them yet. I'm keeping them in reserve. You have no idea. This man's been playing checkers while I've been farming potatoes. He's through. My name is Technoblade, and I am the fastest Skyblock player alive. To the outside world, I'm an ordinary Minecraft YouTuber, but secretly, I've spent the last year fighting to maintain my spot as the #1 potato farmer in Skyblock. Opposing me is Squid Kid, the former rank #1, a man whose obsession with potatoes is rivaled only by my own. In my last video, I talked about how the newly added rabbit pet could, at its highest level, increase the amount of potatoes my minions made by 30%, but I knew Squid would watch my video to find out my tactics, so I left out a few of the finer details. You see, the boost from rabbit pets isn't the same as flycatchers or catalysts. You have to be there on the island for the boost to take effect. Once you log off or go to somewhere else in Skyblock, that boost is gone. until you come back. But while I was experimenting with the rabbit pet, I uncovered a few interesting facts about how the boost works. For instance, rabbit pets can boost other people's minions if you're visiting their islands as a guest. But minions can only get boosted by one rabbit at a time, so you can't just get 20 accounts with rabbit pets for infinite potatoes. But the third thing I found was the most interesting, and this is what Squid Kid didn't know. If there's multiple rabbit pets on the same island, which one boosts the minions? You'd think it'd be the strongest one, but it's not. If there's multiple rabbits, the minions will be boosted by the one belonging to whoever's been on the island the longest. So, hypothetically speaking, if someone went to their island with their level 100 rabbit when someone was already there with a level 1 one, they wouldn't get their rabbit's 30% boost, they'd get the level 1 0.3% boost. Unrelated fun fact, did you know that Squid Kid's island is still open to visitors? Yeah, that's right, we're doing this again. So I bought a new Minecraft account, slapped a level 1 legendary rabbit pet onto it, and shipped it off to Squid Kid's AFK pool. I knew I had to maintain absolute secrecy. I didn't even tell my goons about this, because I knew once Squid got wind of this, it would be trivially easy for him to prevent it. I waited until the day I released the second Potato War video to start. After that video, tourists flocked to Squid Kid's island to see it for themselves. My alt blended right in. Every day my alt would sit there in Squid Kid's AFK pool to maintain rabbit priority. In fact, it usually had the rabbit pet deactivated during the day, since you don't need to have the pet out to keep priority. And since the rabbit was deactivated, if Squid checked his minions during the day, he'd find nothing wrong with them. But every night around 2 a.m., Squid would leave his account AFK and go to bed. And that's when I'd strike, overriding his rabbit pet boost for the rest of the night. And yes, I memorized Squid's sleeping schedule to pull this off. I mean, at this point, how is that even a question? Of course I did, but unfortunately, complications soon arose. Squid and I had both been rushing to get our rabbits to level 100. I had a pretty heavy lead, and I figured it'd take Squid several more weeks to get his there. But unfortunately, an unknown third party got there first and sold his level 100 legendary rabbit directly to Squid. Of course, he didn't forget to brag about this victory on stream.
Oh my, oh my. You know who doesn't have a level 100 pet? Yikes, he has a level 99 rabbit pet. He's poor. It's only level 99. I'm screaming. Ah!
Little did he know that while he was flexing on stream, my alt was right there on his island, overriding his level 100 bonus. But my problems didn't stop there. You see, Squid got an alt account to AFK with his rabbit pet on his island while he was doing other things, and since the alt account had no reason to ever leave his island, it became much harder to keep control of pet priority. And sometimes when I had priority, he'd end up kicking everyone from his island because it was too full for his alt account to join, meaning I lost priority for the rest of the day. I was going to counter this by spending $30 to buy his alt MVP++, since that rank can bypass guesting limits, but unfortunately, on March 20th, my alt was kicked and Squid's island was closed forever. The jig was up. But by that point, I'd already achieved my objective. The 2 weeks it took him to realize what was going on cost him about 2 million potatoes. Bit of a tangent, but I'm pretty sure I lost a few fans over the rabbit pet because everyone would just be hanging out. They'd just be chilling on my island with their level 30 rabbits activated. Now I'd come see that, and I don't care if it's intentional or not. They're sabotaging my potatoes, so I'd kick them out of my island to get priority back. And then they'd come back 10 seconds later like, "Why did you kick me, Technoblade? I just wanted to meet my favorite YouTuber." And I'd be like, whoa, relax, dude, relax. It's not a big deal. I have a really good reason. I can't tell you because it's a secret. And they'd go like, "It's okay, Technoblade. I know the reason. It's because you hate me specifically. I'll just go leave forever now." And I'm like, "Wait, come back, no." So Squid closed his island, which meant I couldn't sabotage him anymore. But what if I told you that was also part of my master plan? You ever noticed how my island has been open to visitors during the Potato War? In the last video I explained, I made an AFK machine on my island so planted potatoes would keep growing even when I wasn't online. I was actually using an advanced technique there called lying. This clip of the AFK pool is from November. I didn't even build the manual farm until January. You might recall from the first Potato War video that minions behave differently depending on whether there's people on the island or not. Because if no one's on the island, Hypixel's not going to waste resources keeping that server online, so they're going to close the server. And then when you come back, they're going to go, "Oh, well, it's been 7 hours. It's going to run a calculation and give you 7 hours worth of stuff." But as we've seen before, that calculation isn't perfect. So I ran an experiment, and in the experiment, I found that when someone's on my island, I get 10% more potatoes. And there was only one thing boosting my minions by 10%. The farm crystal. The farm crystal is an external buff, so it's not included in the offline calculation. So if there's at least one person on my island and Squid's island is empty, I'd get 10% more potatoes. Now it was easy to get people to AFK on my island. What was difficult was getting people off of Squid's island. You see, even months after the first Potato War video came out, when the initial hype was starting to die down a bit, there would be at least one of my own viewers AFK on Squid's island every night. You know, as a joke. Sometimes I would be on Squid's Island on an alt account and I'd see someone say in the chat, I'm gonna go AFK to help Technoblade win the potato war, and I'd beg them, I'd be like, no dude, please, he fixed that months ago, that doesn't hurt him anymore, and they'd be like, I'm helping, and AFK all night. Squid Kid was getting boosted by my own viewers and there was nothing I could do to stop them, because what was I gonna do? Announce that AFK and helped him? Then even more people would AFK. I realized that the only way to stop this from happening would be to get Squid to close his own island to visitors, without him realizing that that's what I wanted all along. It took 4 long months, but it finally happened. But anyways, back to this tweet. So Squid says he closed his island because someone filled his potion system with rookie axes. A common trolling method in Skyblock is to fill people's inventories with useless items like boats. But the rookie axe is even worse for players like Squid Kid who use the Skyblock add-ons mod, which has a feature which makes it very difficult to drop tools out of your inventory. The point is to stop people from accidentally dropping weapons worth millions of gold, but it also applies to the rookie axe sold in shops for 12 coins. So basically, someone dumping a ton of rookie axes into your hopper system is the worst thing someone can do to you in Skyblock. Now, I've always been interested in psychology. In fact, I almost majored in it, so after 6 months of stalking Squid Kid, I developed a bit of a psychological profile of this man. I know how he talks, I know how he thinks. And when I saw this tweet, I instantly knew that this man was lying. Now, don't get me wrong, I completely believe that somebody dropped rookie axes into his hopper system, because it was me. But that's not the real reason he closed his island. After all, I'd been dropping rookie axes into his hoppers for weeks, but he sent that tweet 8 minutes after he kicked my alt. So I get to thinking, why would Squid lie about that? And I realize Squid knows I monitor his tweets, but what he doesn't know is that that was my alt account. From his perspective, that could have been some random guy with a rabbit, and if that was the case, I'd have no idea rabbits could be used that way. As such, him lying in that tweet could only mean one thing. He's about to sabotage me! So I held a stakeout on my island, and guess what I found a few hours later? A brand new Skyblock account AFKing with a level 1 legendary rabbit. Truthfully, I could have stopped Squid before he even joined my island, but I wanted to catch him in the act because I'm always getting comments saying, oh my god, Technoblade, why are you so mean to Squid? They don't understand. This is war. There's no holding back. I know that, and Squid knows that. The only difference is that I'm 20 steps ahead. He's playing Skyblock while I'm playing Death Note. He thinks he can outsmart me with my own strategies because he is yet to realize that he is but a puppet, and I, the puppeteer, dance! Potato Boy, dance! So anyways, I got on my secret alt account and then sent his secret alt account a party invitation. And then I DM'd him on Discord, yo dude, accept my invite. Well, this is awkward. He actually did accept my invite. We had a lovely conversation. And then I banned him from my island. Get out of here. He tried again with another account a few days later. I don't have any proof that this account is him, but look at that username, Stinky Bozo. That's a pretty unusual word. In fact, I've only heard one person say it.
Bozo. You are a bozo. Nice one, bozo. You're a freaking bozo.
Yeah, that's right. Get out of here. I did eventually close my island, but not before I made sure I wouldn't lose potatoes. After that, I moved on to the next phase of my master plan. If I wanted to farm more potatoes, I'd have to start farming pumpkins. But wait a minute, Technoblade. That's the wrong vegetable. Wait. What do you mean it's a fruit? Whatever. At this point, we'd pretty much maxed out the output of our minions. The only thing left to work on was the speed we could farm potatoes by hand. The farming skill gives more crops as you level up, so I decided to grind it to the highest level. I did the math and found that farming potatoes is so incredibly inefficient at leveling up farming that it was actually more worthwhile to build a whole pumpkin farm. I began the construction of a pumpkin farm large enough that by the time I finished farming it in full, the pumpkins at the beginning would have already regrown. I don't even want to tell you how long it took to build this. And so I began farming day after day. At times I'd farm for so long without break that the people watching thought I was bodding. Word of my pumpkin farming soon reached Squid, who began farming pumpkins himself, but he only saw the surface level of what I was doing. You see, I wasn't just leveling up my farming skill, I was also leveling up multiple legendary rabbits. There's a reason I wanted to stop people from AFKing on Squid's Island, even after he started AFKing himself, and it's because it's almost impossible for one man to AFK every hour of the day because servers restart, the game can update, your internet can go out, and if you're asleep or doing something else, you'll be missing out on those bonuses until you get back. Even the most dedicated individual might only average 20 hours of AFK coverage per day, and those 4 hours alone without the rabbit pet and farming crystal cost you 100,000 potatoes, and over time, that adds up. To fix this flaw, I got multiple level 100 rabbits, some leveled myself and others purchased for tens of millions of coins, and then distributed distributed them to goons in diverse time zones. I set my island so only guild members could visit and had my head goon code a Discord bot that automatically pinged them within 5 seconds of the rabbit account leaving my island, at which point one of them could log into the island themselves and boost my minions until I got back. After a few weeks, we both reached farming level 50. On May 4th, there was a pet update which added, among other things, the elephant pet, which at its highest level could increase crop yield by 25%. Ordinarily, a buff to manual farming would be bad for me, since it allows squid to catch up that much more quickly. But I had a plan. The reason farming potatoes by hand is so inefficient is because when you break potatoes, they don't grow back. So 2/3 of the time you spend on farming is spent replanting the potatoes you just harvested. Squid Kid and his viewers spent many hours trying to find a workaround to this, even building an elaborate redstone machine in an attempt to somewhat automate replanting. But in the end, they failed to find a better method and continued farming normally.
I should be able to plant 5 at the same time. Why is it so
Dang.
slow? It takes forever.
What if I told you I found a way? You see, back in January, I had an idea. What if I had the minions plant for me? At the time, this wasn't practical for 2 reasons. One, I didn't have enough farming bonuses for it to be worth sacrificing the minions' normal output, but this was solved when I got farming level 50. Secondly, potato minions were simply too slow. But since then, they've buffed flycatchers, added the rabbit pet, and added foul flesh, a new fuel source which buffs minion speed by 90%. Even then, the potato minions weren't quite fast enough to keep up. But I thought to myself, if they're only going to be planting, they don't need to waste an upgrade slot on a super compactor. So I spent another 250 million coins to get 48 total flycatchers. Squid and I both started farming potatoes, but his method could get at most 200,000 potatoes per hour, whereas my method with double flycatchers, even after subtracting the amount the minions would have made themselves, could get 410,000 potatoes per hour. For the next 3 weeks, Squid farmed hours every day, but I was farming at the same time.
What are the odds he's farming right now? 5 bits? I bet Techno's doing the same thing, just has a 130% faster way to do it. You're probably wrong.
In this time, I expanded my lead by another 5 million potatoes, but at this point, Squid and I had been farming potatoes for almost a year, and we were still farming hours every day, with no end in sight. Neither of us wanted this to continue, so we came to an agreement. Whoever got to 500 million potatoes first would win the potato war. Hypixel even pitched in, saying he'd give a surprise to the winner. Now, I was only at 300 million potatoes at this point, but I figured I had this in the bag. I mean, I'd been tracking Squid's potato count. I accounted for his AFK coverage by having the Discord bot track his alt account's logins, and I knew how much he was farming by hand because I was monitoring his farming experience. With a 45 million potato lead and a farming method twice as fast as his own, what could possibly go wrong? June 6th, things go very wrong. It was just a small update with a few quality of life changes, like an enchantment which replants crops after you farm them, and an item which automatically compacts items in your inventory so you don't have to spend time on that. 2 minor changes which just so happened to buff Squid's farming method from 200,000 potatoes to 1.2 million. And my farming method becomes worthless. Suddenly, my 45 million potato lead goes from insurmountable to, yeah, Squid can farm that in a couple days. Squid starts putting in crazy hours.
If I do 12 hours a day, can he keep up? Absolutely not. People say Technoblade never dies, but I'm putting him in the grave.
Meanwhile, I'm sitting here in shambles. I was out here with my lab coat on, doing the science, coming up with new, never before seen potato farming techniques, and this man just goes, admins, please, replanting is too hard, and they buff his farming method 6-fold. Was that it? 8 months of plotting and scheming just to fail in the final stretch? No, I couldn't accept that. I was going to win this war, whatever the cost. I immediately drank 3 months of mystical mushroom soup and got to work expanding my old potato farm, a project which would take 25 hours over the next couple days. I knew I was playing the game as intended when I realized that the only reason I ever put on one of the strongest armor sets in the game was to use its 3% speed bonus to optimize till and dirt. For the next 2 weeks, I did nothing except eat, sleep, and farm potatoes. There were only 3 interruptions, each of which cost me millions of potatoes. The first was a dentist appointment, and the second was when I had to play in Minecraft Championships.
What do I message him? Was it worth your time losing MCC? It took me 2 hours to lose MCC, but it'll cost you 9 months to lose potato or. Hey, relax! Relax, hello?
Besides that, there was only one other time. I had to go to the store the other day. I had to interrupt my potato farming because my dad was like, hey, can you go to the store and pick up my medicine? And I was like, can I really tell him that I'm not getting his medicine because I need to farm potatoes? Can I really? Look, I'm an atheist, but When God sends me to hell, I want him to hesitate, okay? I want him to hesitate for a few seconds. But Squid was also farming several hours a day, and he had even found a way to maximize his AFK coverage. He started sleeping with his headphones on and had his goons wake him up via Discord call whenever his alt left his island. As someone with a Discord bot tracking his online activity, I can tell you right now that that man is telling the truth. He was waking up multiple times per night. I don't know why he didn't just use backups like me. He actually revealed to me later on that one of my original goons betrayed me and gave him one of our internal documents. And the list of backup pet users is literally right there at the top of the first page. I have no idea how he missed it. But anyways, Squid logged off an hour and a half ago. He should be entering REM sleep just about now. It would be a real shame if someone woke him. I didn't actually wake him up because I wasn't sure if intentional sleep deprivation was legally considered torture or not, so I decided to shelve that strategy for the time being. And after sacrificing 2 weeks of my life, I finally reached 500 million potatoes. We win these! Squid was shocked.
He's at 4.99. No, he's not. Dude, that's actually, like, it's not possible. No. It's not. This can't be real.
Squid had been certain that he was right on my tail.
I don't know how far behind I am. 100% less than 30 million.
And yet when I won the war, I had a lead of over 88 million potatoes. How did I do it? It's just as Sun Tzu says, all war is deception. You see, I knew after the second potato war video that things were going to get more difficult from here on out. Because at this point, Squid had a full organization backing him. He had goons, a cabal of billionaires funding his every move, hundreds of stream viewers making constant suggestions on how to farm potatoes more quickly and reporting on my every move. So in that video, I prepared my final trick. I hid my true potato count. The number shown in my video wasn't edited, but it didn't include the millions of potatoes left uncollected in my minions. I also say that my minions now produce 1.58 million potatoes, but they're actually producing 1.75 million because the rabbit pet doesn't actually boost your minions by 30%. It boosts them by 43%. Why? I don't know, it's probably bugged. And Squid couldn't realize the real number when he got a level 100 rabbit of his own because he was being sabotaged. But the biggest reason my lead expanded by that much was because over those 2 weeks, while Squid averaged 8 hours of farming per day, I averaged 11.
I just can't believe how much he's farming.
The admins were legit saying that Techno is just like so focused, it baffled them at how like just insane he was. He had no breaks.
I swear to God, this Technoblade dude is focused on another level.
Towards the very end, Squid had one of his goons write a program to chart how much I was farming by tracking how much experience my elephant pet had. But by then, it was too late. Once I won the war, there was nothing left to do except celebrate my victory with grace and humility.
Oh my gosh! He's doing a little emote on me. Oh my, not like this. Come on. Was this necessary?
Watch me dance, Squid Kid, you lose! You lose the war! After the war, the admins added a temporary NPC to the Skyblock hub, the Potato King. It gave out a new talisman which boosted potato minions by 5%, a basket for the top 1,000 potato farmers, and to me, the potato crown, engraved upon it the words, "All men can see the tactics whereby I conquer, but what none can see is the strategy out of which victory is evolved." Sun Tzu, The Art of War. That NPC is gone now. I took too long to edit this video. I gained a lot from the potato war. Patience, discipline, carpal tunnel. I guess my main regret is that I bribed Squid's Discord admin to give my alt permission to see into his secret text channels, and then he never used them all year. With the war over, Squid took down his potato minions, and my fields have gone unfarmed. While we were enemies, I still respect Squid Kid. I understand now that it is only with a worthy rival that one can reach their fullest potential. While he may have lost the war, he's gone from 70 subscribers to having tens of thousands of fans, so it can't be said that he's lost completely. For my part, I've realized now that rank number 1 isn't an achievement. It's a prison, which forces you to dedicate your life to defending a temporary title. But now, with the war finally over, I'm free.
I'll finish with all the Technoblade videos.
The date was March 31st, 2021. It was a sunny day in Skyblock. People were grinding, birds were singing, and a new mayor election was just beginning. Among the candidates running was Barry, the alchemy mayor. Now, Barry's run for mayor in 50 elections, and he's come in dead last 50 times. But this time, things are looking up for Barry because there's a new face nobody's ever seen before, and he's even worse. His name is Dante. Where other candidates make concrete promises over what they'll give you, like 25% more bank interest or 35% more pet experience, Dante promises nothing except that he'll establish order and strengthen security. When interviewed, all he says is, "I will stabilize this rapidly declining system permanently." Well, looks like Barry won't be last place this time. I mean, this guy's so transparently evil, there's no way anyone would ever. And he's got 91% of the vote. So Dante becomes mayor and his perks are finally revealed. He's doubled auction taxes, he's doubled bazaar taxes, he added a tax for shopping, a tax for talking, a tax for moving, and he started canceling events too. Christmas, canceled. Halloween, canceled. That one event where that guy comes and sells for our pets, canceled. Things were getting canceled so fast people thought it was Twitter. He even posted goons all across Skyblock which would kick people out of businesses if they weren't wearing masks. Okay, maybe that one's reasonable. The forums reacted about as calmly as you might expect. "Screw this Dante guy, he ruined my Easter 1 week off of school. I quit Skyblock because of Dante. I hate developers too. Why they add dictator?" Meanwhile, the admins are sitting over there like, "Hey, don't look at us. We said not to vote for him." But among all the rage posts, one voice of reason stood out. Why Dante isn't exactly the worst mayor. I mean, at least he's better than Barry. He's trying his best, okay? Skyblock players still had hope. You see, mayor terms only last for about a week, so if they just persevered, a new election would happen and they'd be free. Finally, the next election began. The first candidate, Dante. The second, Dante. The third, fourth, fifth, it was all Dante. The age of Dante had begun. Meanwhile, in a forgotten corner of the wilderness, a rebellion was brewing. Seraphine declared that Dante must be overthrown, but they needed a leader to rally behind. Everyone was to vote for a fellow player to lead the resistance. One name quickly stood out in the polls, the name of a man who hadn't played Skyblock for a long time. And so I made my return. I decided to do a speech to rally the resistance. Dante has taken over our game. He's forcing egregious taxes on us. I mean, 2 coins to travel from island to island. Who can afford that? Who can afford that? No one has that kind of money. When you need someone to fix your sink, you call a plumber. When you need someone to fix your electricity, you call an electrician. And when you need someone to overthrow a brutal tyrant, you call an anarchist. All right, that is why I'm here today. Long live the revolution. And I think we can all agree that I am the only person that has the necessary Skyblock strength to kill Dante. I mean, look at my combat level. As you can see, I am ranked number 1 out of 8.6 million people. I am actually the strongest Skyblock player. I have the best stats. Nice. That is why you should vote for me. The people heard my speech and were inspired. 30 Virus began campaigning to surpass me, but my lead continued to grow as we passed 100,000 votes. When I was disguised in a Skyblock lobby, one player said in the chat, "I wonder what Technoblade's mayor perks will be." So I sent him a party invitation and said, "I'm gonna ban half of Skyblock. I'm the Thanos mayor. Go ahead and warn the others. They'll never believe you." Oh my god, guys, Techno partied me. He said he's gonna ban half of the players. Yeah, right, dude. I can send a screenshot. LMAO, sure, man. Please, what's your Discord? Guys, please, just shut up. If I wanted to defeat Dante, I'd have to get stronger. My gear was a year out of date, and even that gear was solely optimized for potato farming. I didn't even have a full set of armor because I'd left my superior dragon boots in a backpack, and Dante had disabled those for weeks. The most damage I'd ever dealt in my life was a pathetic 25,000 damage critical hit. But there was one bit of good news. The war had left me a potato billionaire. After dumping 500 million coins into upgrades, I managed to multiply my damage by 10, but it wasn't enough. Dante was growing stronger. He released a new perk where he decreased sunlight to prevent sunburn. It's noon right now. Dante canceled the sun. I needed stronger equipment, but the strongest equipment in the game was achievement locked. I'd need to get Catacombs level 24 and beat floor 7 of the dungeons if I wanted to wear it. Dungeons were elaborate mazes filled with monsters, puzzles, boss fights, and they couldn't be attempted alone. I needed to put together a crew. I called Time Dio and Jin from the Bed Wars win streak, and we began grinding.
Welcome, you arrived right on time. I am livid. This orb you see is Thorn, or what's left of him, in a way I have to thank you for finally getting rid of him. I can now turn those spirits into shadows of myself, identical to their creator. I respect you for making it here, but I'll be your undoing.
Nice.
The boss is still smack talking us. Yikes. Imagine getting that wrong. You look really foolish right now, he says, lying dead on the floor over there. The grind wasn't going fast enough. I decided to call in an old rival. I'll DM him on Discord. If that doesn't work, I'll phone his parents and be like, hey, could you get Squid Kid on the line? Leftover data from the Potato War document. No need to... Not a big deal.
Yeah, I saw it.
I had a few things in reserve.
Hello.
Hello.
What's up, guys?
I can't see what the boss is complaining about. There's iron bars.
Circle's just looking at it.
Yo,
He's trying
get this
to
thing
say
off of me.
something, man. I mean, you guys have this epic battle handled. I'm trying to read what he's trying to say, man. Oh my god, he's unleashing the giants, guys. The giants are being... Oh, that one's dead. Oh, so is that... Oh, that one's dead. Oh, there's one there. Oh, it's dead. Guys, we were distracted and Sedan got into his giant zombie. What are we gonna do now? And he's dead.
Is there a way to do the teleport room without just, like, guessing?
You are like little baby. Watch this.
I came all the way back.
Watch this. I will easily solve this.
No, I'm gonna beat
I
you.
will easily
30
solve
minutes
this.
from now.
It's all coming together.
Done.
And what did I say?
How am I back at the start? Oh. Oh my god! I can never win!
Last to join sucks.
First to join, dude.
No! No! Guys, I was looking at my recombobulator.
After 10 hours of grinding, I'd finally unlocked the 7th and final floor of the dungeons. All I had to do was defeat one final boss, and I'd get access to the strongest equipment in the game. This is it. The final boss. What I'm gonna do is, there's this nice... Wait, I can't fly? Wait, I can't fly! Nobody told me that I can't fly!
You can't fly!
Where did all my abilities go? Wait, what are you guys all hanging out over here for? Were you guys gonna mention that at any point?
Maybe.
There's no fun in that.
Oh god.
I'm alive!
Oh no.
How are you still alive, technically?
I'm at full health and I don't know why. I don't know why. The age of men is over. We are creating hundreds of withers. Chill out.
Jump down the hole!
The hole. Ah! I used my ultimate ability. I'm out of there. Down the hole. Don't worry, guys. Radiant orb down. You guys take it from here. Don't worry. I'll provide bow support.
You can't shoot it.
I'm definitely hearing a ding. Oh,
You did it!
Actually, it was. It's actually
Let's
21.
go!
Yo. S plus.
Let's go!
Floor 7 was beaten and I could finally get the best equipment. I was thinking I'd be able to get my strength up to 2,000 or 3,000 or so, but Seraphine started handing out equipment for the revolution. A staff, which was the only weapon that could damage Dante, and a rather weak set of armor with one hidden ability. It gave 1 strength, hit point, and intelligence for every vote received in the resistance election. I received 180,000 votes. Bad news, I grinded dungeons for 11 hours for nothing. Good news, I am become Death, Destroyer of Worlds. Also, the bonus was bugged and gave 4 times what it was supposed to, but that's just a little detail. I have 924,000 intelligence. Finally, I can understand Rick and Morty. With this new set of armor, my damage output rose to a humble 193 billion. I was ready to fight Dante. I see you have come to me with evil intentions, Technoblade. I gave this world a chance at redemption, and this is all I get, Dante. I can't hear you. It's too crowded. A revolt? Ants scheming behind my back? Let the deathmatch begin. Goons punish them all. Wait, can I just one-shot the goons? I can one-shot the goons. I am Dante. My voice is thunder. My speech is law. I am Dante and the world quakes beneath me. You had a choice and you chose death. I will transform your village into dust. Starting with your community center. Whoa. Wait, hey, that's a nice building. That's a nice building. Don't touch that. Why couldn't you guys have just voted for Barry? We could have had 15% more alchemy experience, but now we gotta fight to the death. No more bank. No, that's where all my money is. My billions. Send your energy to your leader. Look up to the sky. Wait, I'm receiving energy from the resistance. Send me your energy. Must. Butterfly right click. I must right click at a speed I've never right clicked before. Yo! Dante has been defeated. Oh man, the village got trashed. I'd hate to be the guy in charge of cleaning all this up. Wait a minute. It was then that Hypixel himself messaged me. You now have the power to open the auction house, dungeons, the bazaar, and revive all player pets. But how? Just tell me to do it. What if I decide to turn evil? Well, who could stop me? Look at my health bar. Look at my health bar. Who could stop me? I got 700,000 strength. Wait, no, Seraphine's doing it.
I'll be finished in like 18 minutes.
I was kidding. No. Okay, Hypixel.
Probably 20 because I'm
Restore everything. On it. Bring back everything. We must save Skyblock. And I never had a thought of doing anything else except saving it because I am a good person. Look in my sincere eyes. And so I became mayor and Skyblock returned to an era of peace. After the revolution, the admins told me that there had actually been a beta test in command that was left enabled by accident. It turns out that the person to deal the finishing blow to Dante was some random guy who literally just typed /kill Dante in the chat. Godspeed to this unknown hero. During the revolution, Hypixel broke its own world record, reaching over 216,000 concurrent players. After becoming mayor, I erected a shrine in honor of the blood god. As for Barry, he never gave up on his dreams of becoming mayor, and I hear his next competitor is Jerry. No way anyone's gonna vote for, and Barry's in last place. We made a giant redstone computer and we're gonna be playing Fortnite on it. Oh, my chat's going. It's Chris.
Oh, my chat's going. It's Technoblade.
It's incredible. The crossover.
My first week of Minecraft Monday was me just saying how sweaty Technoblade was. And now I take all of that back for literally no reason. I just decided that is not true.
He's doing his best, and I support him.
Honestly, the lower price pool just means Technoblade is going to be being paid less. That's what it is.
Yeah.
His paycheck's a little low this week, but that's it.
Have you been going to like a massage parlor or anything? Your shoulders are gonna get really sore from carrying me, buddy.
It'll be great. It'll be great. I've done nothing but train in Minecraft bingo for the last 7 days. This
feels amazing.
Hey, what's up, guys? I know I was his sensei, but I think he taught me a perfect upload schedule. I know it's been a long time. I'm sorry. As many people know by now, but a little bit over a month ago, my friend Alex died of sarcoma, but many of you might know him as Technoblade. And as many as you also probably already know, but I was known to be a techno sensei. But before any of that happened, I was just a normal player like any of you guys. In 2019, I was chilling with some of my friends, and one of my good friends of mine named Hattie mentioned to me that a server was doing a raffle for a spot in a tournament, and I should buy a ticket just because. That server was named Minecraft Mondays. Now, me being the irresponsible 19-year-old, I spent probably like around $100 on this ticket thinking that I would somehow get a chance to get into this event one week, and somehow I did. I was one of the first people to be able to play in Minecraft Money and have a chance to win $2,500, but more importantly, meet some of my favorite Minecraft YouTubers. There was people like BBH, Preston, Ant Venom, Skeppy, and obviously one of the coolest of them all, Techno. Now, me being the sweat I am, I tried my hardest to win because I wanted to show off my skills, and just be me. And I was really close to doing so until...
Oh God, it's them. Nope, they're getting enchantments. I gotta stop them. I can't let them get enchantments. I got a 1v2. Nope. Are you?
Yeah. So one of the YouTubers I looked up to the most ended up costing me about $2,500. Yeah, that still stings a little bit. But after that, nothing much happened for a little. I made a YouTube channel and tried growing it in my little small community as much as I could after getting into Minecraft Monday, until I joined the testing group for another Minecraft event. Minecraft Championships. About 3 years ago now, I joined the testing group of Minecraft Championships because one of my friends, Marcus, asked me to join. It was a lot of fun to play and make content on, but one day I decided to make a tweet showing off a little bit, not thinking much of it, until he decided to DM me. When I saw the DM, it kind of freaked me out. I didn't know how to react. I didn't even know how to respond. I mean, I feel like anyone would react that way when they get the chance to talk to their idol or like play with them. I didn't know what he wanted, so I was a little off guard. Techno asked for my help to practice for the next MCC, calling me his sensei, and we ended up practicing for a little bit before MCC. We came up with so many different ideas for games and even strategies, and even started to come up with ideas for manhunt strategies because he thought that Dream would want to 1v1 him in a manhunt. I mean, good thing he probably didn't at that point. And after all that practice we did before MCC, they made it all the way to Dodgeville, and...
Oh, no, don't
Don't do that. Just dodge.
Okay.
Oh, I just stuck that, dude.
No! No!
Yeah, that was a bit awkward at the time. But besides all that, the time I got to spend with Techno was nothing more than just a dream. I never expected to talk to one of my idols, let alone be able to be called one of his senseis. He was one of the most down-to-earth people and super chill I've ever met in my life. He was super funny and was just like you would see him on stream and recording, just because that's just who he was. The amount of time that we sat there and made up ideas for MCC and just joked around is just time that I don't think I'd ever trade for the world. The last year or so, we didn't talk as much, but he will still be one of the best people I've ever met to this day. If you didn't already know, there's a donation page on Sarcoma Research for Technoblade that if you would like to donate, there will be a link in my description. I will also be doing a subathon tomorrow at 5 p.m. EST, where the money I receive will be donated there as well. He will always be a part of the Minecraft community's heart and in mine. And as always, Technoblade never dies.
Kill people in order of subscribers, bottom to top. Yeah. Wait, he souped! And I'm down. Rip. This dude's gonna win the whole tournament. Just the random guy that got in here. It's me versus...
School presentations. Is there a more perilous and terrifying thing that a young child has to do than a school presentation? Getting up in front of everyone and talking about something you don't even want to talk about. You don't even care, but you have to go up and profess to people. I guess that's why they call it a professor, isn't it? I just had that realization. Today, we are gonna look at school presentations gone wrong. And we will learn how you can avoid making similar mistakes. I don't have to worry about that. I'm not in school anymore, but I do a presentation like every day, so I guess that's kind of scary. But we edit like any mistakes out, so it's okay. All right, people, if you want to see more stuff like this, whoop the like button and let's get to it.
And this would allow everyone to thrive. Implementing diversity programs and promoting team bonding activities are a big step towards getting there. Thank you.
No. No.
What? What did you say? What did he even say at the end? What was that? Bro, it wasn't even 1 second after saying thank you. They decided to cut the diversity program after this. No, that's horrible. You're gonna get an F anyways. This will help us take a step forward to getting there. Yeah, it wasn't even a good presentation. It wasn't even a good presentation. And bro, you had the opportunity to edit. I don't understand when YouTubers accidentally leave something like major in a video like that. It's like, don't you watch your videos before you post them? I can't imagine that. Me thinking I just delivered the best presentation of my life. Receiving an improvement areas email from my boss moments later. Oh no, it's very sad. That's very sad.
Good job today, Natalie. Here are some areas of growth I'd like you to consider next time you present.
Oh my gosh, this is mean. Okay, allow time for the client to ask questions after each slide. That's fair, yeah. Unless you weren't told that, unless you were told, you know, wait until the end, because that's most presentations. Try to reduce the amount of times you say like and nervously touch your earlobe. How? What? Don't say, that's so mean. Why would you say that? Yeah, try to stop saying like and stop being so clearly uncomfortable. Like the way you touch your earlobe, like so weird, Natalie. Hey, great presentation, Natalie. Oh, you're so awkward. Oh my gosh. That's like the worst thing you can do. Nervously touching your earlobe. Stop being nervous. No, tell them, yo, you're great. I think you can do even better next time. I think you can, you know, improve your confidence. And then naturally that's gonna not happen as much. You keep nervously touching your earlobe. Everyone was talking about it behind your back. Lame, boss. Come on. You're the worst.
I'm failing my class, so I had to make a PowerPoint to bring my grade up.
Okay.
Also, Ms. Lindback, I just want to say you're a very beautiful person. See how beautiful she looks.
Trying to win over.
And I actually put together a little video, you know, very emotional video, very heartwarming. I want y'all to pay attention to
Ms. Lindback, please forgive Donnie. He's been crying all day, man. He wants you to forgive him. He been apologizing.
Wow, a lot of work went into this.
Really sorry, man.
I know Johnny. I see him in the hallway. He's a very respectful young man.
Oh my gosh. That is like the most low effort school project ever. That was so bad. That was so... If you can go from a failing grade to passing with that, then no one has to do work ever again. Honestly, this is sending a terrible message. Extremely weak performance. I'm gonna keep it real. Johnny, I'm sure you're a good kid. Well, actually, I have no idea, but the custodian seems to think so. But man, your video making skills. Could have wrote her a song or something. This girl really dropped her whole cake during her presentation.
My cake that I did.
Very good. Good work.
Oh no!
Oh no, the professor has to see that.
Oh no!
At least her oh no took the camera away from your terrified face. It's gonna be okay. It's just a cake. I mean, your keyboard's probably pretty caked up, but you know.
10 people died in the Bronx last night due to a fire that killed 10 people in the Bronx last night during a fire.
Fire officials say all 10 people died due to the fire, which was too hot for their bodies.
Classic meme. People can just keep lip syncing that until the end of time and I'll still find it funny.
10 people died in the Bronx last night due to a fire that killed 10 people in the Bronx last night during a fire.
Fire officials say all 10 people died due to the fire, which was too hot for their bodies.
That is how you do a last minute project. Have any of you guys, have you ever winged a presentation? I have winged presentations before. And I've done pretty well because I mean, I'm pretty good at just talking out of nothing. In case you couldn't tell by watching my YouTube videos. Ideally, prepare people. If you can do that, that's probably better.
Friends I regret participating in.
Okay.
Here's my step-by-step plan to solve all the world's problems. Who is Chicken Joe? This is Chicken Joe.
These are all different presentations.
Starter packs from elementary through high school. Which dogs Parkway South High School teachers would do?
How do you get grades for this?
The top 10 hottest princes and why. This is the correct ranking of princes. All the furthest known ranks according to my opinion.
So the biggest animal I could beat in a fight.
What class is this? Hey, I don't want you touching no rats, boy.
5 fast food restaurants.
25,000.
5 fast food restaurants better than Austin's list.
Wow. You made a diss presentation on your homie's presentation? I have never seen that.
5 fast food restaurants. Field top 5 fast food restaurants better than Austin's list.
I've never seen someone just come out talking smack. Like, yo, you thought that presentation was good? No. Forget that whole presentation that he worked on. This one is the one you listen to. I've never seen a diss track on another student before.
I did things that don't make sense to me.
What crimes teachers are most likely to commit?
So this is everyone that I know as a cartoon character.
I want to see the actual lists.
Since the human eye.
Mine is a top 5 monkeys.
Why? March Madness is the best sporting tournament ever.
Organization's rating shows.
I want to see the actual presentations now. How can you just tease me with all of those crazy presentation concepts and not show me the real presentation? Not fair at all. And I would like to speak with the teacher.
Reasons why I'm failing.
Wow, excellent meme.
Reasons why I'm...
Oh, why? How many presentations do you think people have put Fortnite in the last few years? The number of presentations that have likely been infected with Fortnite, insane. See, I was doing presentations before meme culture was anything close to what it is now. Back when I was doing presentations, it was rare to have a meme of any kind in the presentation. But now, I bet it's all over the place. Also, people, I would love it if you told me how accurate these are. Has anything like this happened in your school? Wow, very good.
Where did Hannah go?
Presentation. Kids, I thought I told you stop screwing around.
I don't like kids that screw around. Hey, don't screw around.
This is what happens when you screw around. What were they supposed to be doing? Were they supposed to be dusting?
Where did Hannah
What were they
go?
doing with those? Goofballs. Goofballs.
However, at our school, the title of class president could more accurately be class party planner, and student council's main obligation is to paint signs every week.
Oh no.
Despite some of the outstanding people in our school, the lack of a real student government, combined with the authoritative attitude that a few teachers, administrators, and board members have, prevents students from truly developing as leaders.
What?
Hopefully, this will change.
They cut his microphone. Oh no. Oh no. He was out there preaching. He was out there preaching the truth, and the very authoritarian swine that he was preaching of, they tried to take that power away from him. That will only make him stronger. Wow. That is wild. Was he the student president or whatever? That requires some serious guts. I could never do that. But how crazy is that? This is the danger. This is the danger for these people. Like the teacher, the whatever he's complaining about. They are in a wacky position because if they intervene, they are immediately proving him right. By stepping in and muting his microphone, they are proving everything he's saying to be right. Wild.
Step stool challenge.
Oh no.
Duet this and test out your step stool.
No, don't duet this and test out your step stool. No.
Dude, yours is sturdy.
No, I'm gonna cut away. I'm gonna cut away. Why? Why would you do that? Just destroying property of the school? Okay, that's what we're doing here. Can you not?
Hey, don't screw around. You screw around too much.
Do not do the step stool challenge. What a boring challenge. What an unbelievably boring challenge anyways. Don't do the step stool challenge. Get out of here with that. Step stool.
Lindsay, you're looking kind of bad right now.
Jack? Okay, so Jack, you're gonna hang out after class today?
No. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Mom, I got in trouble. I just called her a baddie. Lindsay, you're looking kind of bad right now.
That's so dumb. Oh my gosh. You're looking bad. Okay, I understand people like, oh, she bad. She bad. Like, that's a real thing. That can be a compliment, but you're looking kind of bad right now. Dude, learn how to use language. Learn how to talk properly, bro. There's a major difference between, woo, she bad. And hey, you are looking bad. Like, though that's two opposite things, just depending on how you say it. And you chose the wrong one. Not that the right one would have been appropriate anyways.
Lindsay, you're looking kind of bad right now.
Jack? Okay, so Jack, you're gonna hang out after class today, please?
No. Okay. Mom, I got in trouble. I just called her a baddie.
Oh my gosh. So dumb. So dumb.
From chapter 3.
We did the Wii trend in our Zoom class.
And where do y'all think y'all are going now? I've got your midterm grade.
Wow.
Yikes.
We all cut our cameras off and changed our names to reconnecting.
Where'd you all go?
Wow.
Reconnect.
Oh man, that teacher's vision is rough. We did the Nelly trend in our Zoom class. Oh no, this poor teacher deals with all these hype beasts, TikTok influencer wannabes.
Hey, you'll see my point as we go to the next slide.
Hey, yo, Max.
We passed a pencil around the whole Zoom class. Oh my gosh.
Who's unmuted? You know you're not supposed to do that.
This was coordinated. I don't know, guys. How on earth do you do this? Is it the same order for everyone? I thought it was different orders. I thought that the organization of the people was like different for everyone.
I'm gonna freeze you right there. This premiere. Oh god. I'm sure it's fine. Doing Zoom classes for a year. That's the first time somebody's done that. I thought it was odd that a guy I haven't heard from all semester showed up with a question.
Yeah. Blinding lights challenge. Oh my gosh. You crazy. I'll get you, crazy kids. I'll get you, crazy kids. Stop it. You need to learn. The VV trend. I'm starting to think this is all the same class. This has to be all the same class. Yeah, this is the same class. Wow, you guys may as well just film all of these at once.
Where do you think y'all are going?
This is too perfect. This has to be edited in some way.
Can we eat some like light snacks in class?
Light snacks, I guess, are okay, but
All right, cool.
don't go crazy.
I don't know, guys. This is too much. Also, why are you circling this dude in the middle? I don't care about him.
Y'all know we have a quiz today, and you... Wait, is the internet down? John, hey, the water...
Wait, turn your screen's back on, hurry.
What are you talking about? Here, come look.
That's a skit. That is fake. Guys, that is absolutely fake. Oh, you thought you could pull a fast one on old Robert IDK. No. No teacher is gonna have their shirtless, hairy-chested husband come in. Nance, I'm telling you, it's fine. Like, no, that's not gonna happen. Guys, come on. You coming at me with that cap? Don't come at me with that cap. That's disrespect.
Any questions before I go on from here?
Oh, the quadratic formula, of course.
Great. I really understood that well.
Homie was playing his Roblox roleplay server before he got started. Forgot to turn it off.
Bro did this for his class presentation.
Finished. Broke my heart. Oh no, you didn't. And for living.
All right, this is disrespectful to my culture.
Bottle, hard liquor. That's what me and my guys drink. Hard you can't swallow. Nigga bartender put me out my
What is this? What are you presenting?
Wake up the next day in the money come.
On your presentation on what? What was that? Man, I'm really starting to think you can get away with doing anything in school. I'm really starting to think that you can pass just by showing up and... Is that really all it takes? I really hope these people aren't passing with presentations like this. Like, you gotta actually do the thing. You gotta do the thing.
So, invented peanut butter.
Wait. Are you doing a report on George Washington or George Washington Carver?
Ain't they the same?
Oh, Lord, no. I thought you were supposed to be presenting about Booker T. Washington.
Who is Booker T?
Blake.
Booker T, come on.
This is absurd. If you would pay attention in class instead of posting on your little Twittergram, then maybe you could keep up.
Your little Twittergram.
And unless you have a presentation of Booker T up your sleeve, I'm going to give you a 0.
Okay, this is a script.
No.
This is a script.
Of course, I was just warming up. Okay, ready?
Yeah, no. That got too convincing. Like, that was way too perfectly acted. And so if you can pull out a presentation about Booker T, you're out of here. It's like it became too acted out. And you remembered the name Booger T. Like, that would have slipped your mind at that point. And you said Twittergram. Like, come on. Nah. Guys, I ain't buying it.
Of course, I was just warming up. Okay, ready? So yeah, Booker T. Washington was...
Oh no, Miss Baxter, she froze.
The hell she did. I can see her ceiling fan moving. Blake.
It's a good skit. It's a good skit. The ceiling fan, that was perfect. Oh no, she froze. That was a funny skit. I liked that. I did like that. But that was cap. You ain't fooling me. You ain't pulling a fast one on Robert IDK. We joined a women's only meeting. Oh no.
That's crazy. Thanks, Sue.
Thanks, Sue. Thanks, Sue.
Thanks, Sue.
Thank you, Sue.
Are you aware that this is a women's meeting?
Are you aware that I don't get to...
Wow, we got a little edgelord over here. Little edgelord, yo, are you aware that... Lame. Oh, no. I'm not digging these. Guys, it's okay to fail. It's not okay to disrespect. These people didn't do anything to disrespect you. Come on, people. This next one better be respectful or I am going to be very upset.
Here's how I made the world's ugliest PowerPoint. Here's our teacher gave us a group assignment talking about all the things she hates in bad PowerPoint.
Oh, so he's gonna do everything.
Time to pick a random font. Looks like it's future for you.
So he's gonna just do the worst possible PowerPoint based on everything that she said. This is the 10 things I didn't want to happen.
Wait, I thought this was good. This is even better.
Oh, that was the stinger right there. All right, I want to see your teacher. This is the 20 things I didn't want to happen. All right, class clown. I hope you enjoyed disrespecting. I hope that goes over for you the way it should. It's more disrespect. At least this was creative. The last one, you aware that I don't care? Lame, mean, rude. At least this is a clever gag. And what did we learn today, people? No disrespecting. That's about it. Guys, here's the last time we looked at school presentations gone wrong. This is a Robert IDK classic. If you have not seen it, you better get caught up. Or here's another video that YouTube thinks you will like. I will see you very, very soon, okay? I hope you have a great day. Peace!
So close. We're so close. We're so close.
How's it going, friends? It's your boy, Robert IDK, back on another track. A couple weeks ago, we took a look at what school is like in the year 2022. It's been a while since I've been in school. In fact, in terms of high school, public school, it's been almost 10 years that I've not been in school. I know what you're thinking, Robert, you look so young. Anyways, it was very interesting to see what school has turned into in the age of TikTok and memes and insanity. And today, we're gonna take one more step back into that world. My boy Cameron has assembled more TikToks of school in 2022, and we are gonna see what it's like. Last video, I dressed like a student. This video, I'm dressing like a professor. Professor IDK, to be exact. You'll never catch me, crabs. That one time Plankton came to steal the secret formula from my school. What?
That one time Plankton came to steal the secret formula from my school.
What? Okay. Is there a bug under there? I thought I saw legs. That was terrifying. Are there legs under there? Am I seeing? I think I saw legs. I don't think that was a rat, bro. No, that wasn't a rat. A rat is way too big for that. Was that a spider? Was that a giant spider? What was that? What was that? At first, I was gonna be like, oh, it's a remote control vehicle. Remote control car. Remote control car. That's really terrifying. If I saw spider legs coming out of a hamburger bun and walking in my classroom, let's just say that spider would be getting a D. Principals on the last day.
So this is it. Hey, Linda, yep, happy last day. Oh, I'm not gonna miss her. We'll have a fun and very safe summer.
Why are you filming
Done
yourself,
now?
Principal?
I know, right? I can care less. 2 tickets to paradise. Coach! Yep, can't wait to bring you back next year. Just kidding. Well, looks like it's about that time. Here we go. Woo! Oh, yeah.
Nice. Okay, you just went from looking like a grown adult to a teenager real quick. The clothes really do everything. Like this, you see this and you're like, oh, 32. He's 32. You see this and you're like, oh, he's 18.
Looks like it's about that time. Here we go.
What a transition. What a transition. When the math teacher tries to be extra, I just wanted to know. Oh no! What are you doing? What are you doing? Are you kidding me? Okay, I guess they're assuming that you already know that this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, etc., etc. But if someone doesn't know that, then this is cruel. But to be fair, you should probably know the numbers 1 through 12. What cruel and unusual punishment. 15 squared minus 12 squared square root equals 9. Wait, so the answer is 3 squared? But it's a square root of 3 squared. Wait, what? Okay, 15 squared. No! Minus 8 equals 2 minus x. Are we solving for x? 10. Okay, 2 minus 10 equals negative 8. This is cruel. 66 minus x squared plus x equals 10. Yo. Sir, you are lucky that I know my numbers 1 through 12. There's no way in heck I would have figured this out. Everyone gets involved.
When there's a fight during lunch.
Really? Oh, wow. Yikes.
Oh, look at this.
Yikes. Wow. Oof. I don't want to say relatable, but relatable. That's not good, though. That's not good. Guys, don't fight. Don't fight, okay? It's not good. I know. You know your boy, Robert IDK, professional kickboxer, but don't do it, okay? Because, hey, what if the other student is secretly like Robert IDK and can, kick you in the face, You never know. Don't fight, kids. Come on. If we could voice what we were all thinking. Student. All right.
Why are you late? Yeah, remember when you told me yesterday that the bell does not dismiss you, I dismiss you? Yeah, what about it? Well, if the bell does not dismiss me, it does not tell me when to get here on time. Get out of my class, Ryan.
Get out of
Why? Because I was 5 minutes late? You weren't even in class yesterday. I know, but that's not important. Yeah, it is. It's way more important for you to be here than us. The substitute gave you homework yesterday. Put it on my desk on your way out. I finished it in class yesterday. I put it on your desk. Ryan, why are your answers from question 1 all the way to question 8 exactly the same as Michael's answers? Oh, I don't know. Maybe because
you don't keep track. No. That's cap. Ain't no teacher memorizing everyone's answers. That ain't happening. But they make a good point. They talk about substitute teachers. It is more important for a teacher to be there than a student. That's why they have a substitute. Could you imagine if every time you were sick, you sent in a substitute student? Huh? You ever thought of that? Has anyone ever done a comedy sketch about that? Because if they haven't, I need to do it. You send in You send in a substitute student. Wow, that's kind of brilliant.
Ryan, why are your answers from question 1 all the way to question 8 exactly the same as Michael's answers? Oh, I don't know. Maybe because we were answering the same questions? Can you believe this? Oh, by the way, toss me a pencil. Hey, no talking to each other during class. Why are you teaching during my conversation? That's it. To the principal's office now. Fine. Can I go to the bathroom on the way? What for? To open the Chamber of Secrets. What do you think? Out!
9 million likes! The bell does not dismiss you. I dismiss you. It is so funny how generationally relevant this is. Kids in school these days are still getting told that. I was told that in school. But yo, no, fam. No. Here's the thing, teacher. The bell does dismiss us. School ends at that time, teacher. The bell literally...
I spent 700 hours getting as rich as possible in Minecraft. Here's what happened. So, after dedicating the last 2 or so years of my life to getting this really OP sword, I realized I had now created a problem for myself. I was extremely poor, which usually wouldn't even be an issue. I mean, my challenge requires me to grind for everything myself anyways, so what do I even need money for? Well, as it turns out, a lot of things. Want to fight these bosses for some insane loot? That'll cost you 10 million coins an hour. Want to buy this item for a 5% stat boost? 80 million coins. How about getting the golden dragon pet, aka the best pet in the game? 1 billion coins. So yeah, long story short, being poor just isn't gonna cut it for me anymore, so it's time to get rich. And my first thought to get some money fast is to just go ahead and farm like I've always done. I mean, as you can see, I already have like 10 layers of massive farms set up here, so that would be the ideal solution for me. Unfortunately, there is going to be one kind of big problem with this solution. So at the moment, netherwort is the most profitable crop. So if I just go ahead and farm this for 5 minutes... So that got me roughly 11 stacks of enchanted netherwort, which I can then go ahead and sell. And that made me about 200,000 coins, which isn't too bad. That means if I did this for a full hour, I could make like 2.4 million coins. But when I'm talking about potentially getting an item that could cost 1 billion coins or more, 2.4 million an hour isn't going to cut it. I would have to do that for over 400 hours to get a billion coins. So I'm going to have to figure something else out. Which brings us to the next issue. Because usually if a player needed money, they would just take advantage of the auction house or the bazaar and sell some items to other players for a bunch of coins. But of course, my challenge prevents me from selling or trading any items to other players. So that leaves me with my only option being to sell items like netherwort that can be sold to the NPCs for a set amount of coins. So what can I do to make a bunch of money while still only selling to NPCs? Mine glass. Which, to those of you not familiar with Hypixel Skyblock, probably sounds like a joke, but I'm 100% serious. Because in Skyblock, this glass isn't actually glass at all, and if I go ahead and mine some of it, you'll see I get a bunch of stuff called Ruby Gemstone in my inventory. And each of these gemstones can be sold to the NPC for a whopping 3 coins. Which isn't a lot, but as you saw, each time I mine one of these blocks, I'm actually getting a lot more than 1 ruby, and as you improve your setup, it can quickly add up. Like right here is an insane example. This video uploaded a couple months ago by your local sad man shows him getting 40 million coins per hour from mining gemstones. With that being said though, the amount you make from gemstones totally depends on how good your mining gear is. And after doing a little test with the gear I currently had access to, I realized I would only be making like 200,000 coins per hour. So if I wanted to start making the big bucks, I was gonna have to get to work on upgrading my gear. And so, the first thing I set out to do was complete a Crystal Nucleus run, which basically involves just completing a bunch of different quests, and in return, you'll get rewarded with some random loot that ranges from some decent starter mining items and pets, all the way up to some materials that can be used to craft the best mining items in the game. The loot from this first run, though, was pretty uneventful, and the only decent thing I really got was this pickaxe, which was definitely better than the one I was currently using, but it could only be used to mine 5,000 blocks before it would break. Thankfully, though, these Nucleus runs can be done as many times as you're willing to complete those same quests over and over again, so I immediately got right back at it. And this time around, I managed to drop a prehistoric egg, which I could hatch into an armadillo pet. Unfortunately, when it did finally hatch, I got kind of unlucky because it turned out to be the lowest rarity. Are you kidding me? Oh my god. Well, that sucks. On the bright side of things though, the rarity of the armadillo pet could be upgraded for pretty cheap. So I got together all the materials I would need and upgraded mine to the legendary rarity. And now that I had a decent starter mining setup, I decided it'd be a good time to start working towards my first gemstone drill, which in order to craft would require a drill engine, a fuel tank, and roughly 38,000 ruby gemstone. Thankfully, I had already made a drill engine and fuel tank a few days prior because I knew I was going to be going for this drill soon, and I was actually able to get the 38,000 ruby gemstones super quickly with this new mining setup. As you'll see throughout this video though, when it comes to mining stuff, crafting is almost never instantaneous. Instead, you usually have to visit the forge and wait anywhere from a few minutes to a few days in order for your item to be crafted. Luckily though, the forge time for this first drill is only an hour, so I didn't have to wait long. As soon as I got it though, I decided to just immediately start grinding for the upgrade to tier 2 because I had a feeling it could be done pretty quick. So I spent the next couple of hours mining a bunch of gemstones and then killing a bunch of these slimes. And boom, just like that, I had now acquired the tier 2 gemstone drill. And don't get me wrong, this thing was definitely decent for the price, but it was not going to be capable of making me the millions and millions of coins I was trying to get. So for my next upgrade, I decided to swing for the fences and go for the third best mining tool in the entire game, the gemstone gauntlet. Crafting this thing though was not going to be cheap, as it requires 4 million ruby gemstone. Before I set out on this insane grind for these rubies though, I decided to try and get one last upgrade to my setup, the bow pet. Because while the armadillo pet I was currently using was totally fine, the bow pet actually has an ability that will increase all of your stats by 15% in the magma fields, which just happens to be the ideal place to mine rubies. And all you have to do to grind for the bow pet is to hit the bow boss. One problem though, each hit has an approximately 1 in 10,000 chance of dropping the pet. But if I was going to attempt to mine 4 million ruby gemstone, I basically needed to get this thing, so I started grinding for it. Well, now it doesn't, he's saying now it doesn't burn lava anymore, but he's saying when it first, like, the update first came out, oh, I got it, where is it, I'm panicking, where is it at? It did not burn. If it burns, I'm done. I don't see it. Oh, there it is. Oh, it's epic. Gross. Okay, well, at least we got it. Okay, we got it. So yeah, even though I had dropped the pet, I now had another issue because only the legendary version of the pet has the ability I'm looking for. So my epic wasn't gonna cut it. In order to upgrade it though, I would first need to grind 100 of a drop called Yogis from Bao's minion. So I spent the next couple of hours doing that and then upgraded my pet to legendary. There you go. Now, usually this would be a 10-day upgrade. Thankfully, I have some bits saved up, and we can go waste all of them on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cat flowers. My god. And boom! Level 33 legendary bow. So you can see right there, the Maid of Lava gain 5% on all stats when inside the magma fields. That one at level 100 obviously goes up to 15%, which is where it gets pretty good. Before I started grinding for the gauntlet though, I decided to do a little test to see how much ruby I'd be able to get per hour, so I knew approximately how long this grind should take. And I calculated that I could mine about 200,000 rubies per hour. So to get all 4 million would be about a 20-hour grind. Definitely a solid amount of time, but I had conquered much worse during my time on Hypixel Skyblock, so I got to work. About halfway into this grind though, I had started to get a little bit bored, so I took a quick break to do another one of those crystal nucleus runs from earlier. And something absolutely insane happened. Boom! Crystal loot bundle has been obtained. Ruby crystal, is that any good? I think it's unfortunate. Oh my god! What? 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 Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! You can't make this up! You cannot make this up! You literally cannot make that up! Now, if you're not a Hypixel Skyblock player, you might not understand why I was freaking out this much. But this item, the Devon's Alloy, has a drop chance of approximately 1 in 8,000 nucleus runs, and can be used to craft the best mining item in the entire game, the Devon's Drill. And do you know how many nucleus runs it took me to drop it? 18. I mean, that is just impossibly lucky. When I got my Necron's handle, which is about a 1 in 1,000 drop in under 500 runs, I was freaking out. But getting this drop on my 18th Nucleus run is like 100 times more rare than that. And if that's not crazy enough for you, just listen to what I was saying right before I got the drop. Warp, please. Okay, do you guys want to come to Nucleus to witness the alloy drop? If you did not predict now, you did not get to predict in the Great Rage Train alloy drop prediction. You will be sad for the rest of your life that you did not participate. Here, wait, I'll open it some more. Who wants to be here for the alloy drop? I'm actually just going to pretend it's happening. Yeah, not sure how it happened, but apparently for a brief moment in time, I became a literal psychic. And crazy things just kept happening because a little later on, as I was mining, I was suddenly teleported into the sponsor of today's video, Rec Room. Rec Room is a free-to-play online game with open world voice chat where you can explore millions of different rooms and games with your friends. The game is also crossplay, which means that everyone gets to play together regardless of their platform or device. So you and your friends can play together on your iPhone, iPad, Android, PlayStation, Xbox, your VR headset, pretty much anything you can think of. And Rec Room also has a really awesome community, which makes it super easy to find new people to party up and play games with. What are you doing back here, man? You messing with the coffee here?
I was gonna steal it. You wanna buy some?
Maybe I might. Like, I literally found this awesome group of players who added me and invited me to their party when I was just walking around one of the rooms. So if all of that sounds interesting to you, you can use this QR code on screen right now or click my link down in the description below to download the game. It's completely free and a ton of fun, so make sure you check it out. Now, getting that insanely lucky though and dropping an alloy kind of caused a massive shift in my plans. Because before it would have made the most sense to just grind for the gemstone gauntlet and be done there. Let that be my best mining tool for the foreseeable future. But now that I had gotten ridiculously lucky and dropped an alloy, it kind of made a lot more sense to just shoot for the stars and grind for the Devon's drill as well. But that was going to be a crazy amount of additional grinding, so it was time to kick things up a notch. And first, I decided to finish mining all of the rubies I would need to craft the gemstone gauntlet, because even though I just said that it's no longer going to be my long-term mining tool, it would still be by far my best option while I worked towards the Devon's drill. And after doing a quick test with this thing to see how many coins I could now make per hour, it was clear that grinding for this upgrade was well worth it. Because in only a 15-minute span, I was able to get about 215,000 rubies, which meant that I could now make 2.5 million coins an hour with my setup. I had finally surpassed my nether wart money, and there were still a massive amount of upgrades I could do. And I immediately began working towards the next one. This time, I was looking to get a full set of Sorrow Armor, which is the second best mining set in the game. Eventually, I did want to upgrade to Devon's Armor, which is the best mining set in the game, but I still had a long ways to go before I could get that. So just like my gemstone gauntlet, the Sorrow Armor would be great in the meantime. But in order to craft this Sorrow Armor, I would need to grind 72 of a drop called Sorrow from these ghost mobs. Each of these ghosts, though, have 1 million HP, and dropping a Sorrow from one of them is about a 1 in 1,000 chance, so this was gonna take a while. But approximately 20 hours of grinding later, I was able to craft the armor. There we go. Full set of Sorrow Armor. Was not even that bad, honestly. Then I spent a little bit of time grinding up some upgrades for this new armor set and for my gemstone gauntlet, and did another quick little money test to see how this new setup would fare. And this time, the results actually kind of shocked me, because I was able to get enough ruby to make roughly 4.2 million coins an hour. So it seemed like everything with this grind had kind of just been going perfectly so far. But then I made one of my biggest mistakes ever. So basically, there's a mob called the Worm, which if I dig in a straight tunnel for long enough, you'll see a worm has spawned. Now, every time one of these worms spawns, there's approximately a 1 in 6 chance of it being a Scatha worm. And then that Scatha worm has a small chance to drop the appropriately named Scatha pet, which is a very, very good mining pet. But you might be wondering now, why would I want another mining pet when I already said I had the Bow pet, which is the best pet for mining rubies? Well, because when it comes to mining almost anything else in the rest of the game, the Scatha pet is actually the better mining pet. But previously, I would have never even considered going for the Scathe the Pet because it had a 1 in 1,000 chance of dropping from a Scathe the Worm. And even with good efficiency, you can only hope to spawn like 5 to 6 Scathes an hour, so I just wasn't interested in spending over 200 hours grinding for a singular mining pet. But then the admins decided to cut the drop rate all the way down by 75%, meaning it was now only about a 1 in 250 drop. And on top of that, if you got your magic find and pet luck levels to a reasonable amount, you could basically get the drop to be above a 1% chance. And so with that high of a drop rate, it should only take about 15 to 20 hours on average to drop, and you could even get lucky and drop it in way less than that. So naturally, I decided to grind for it because I'm usually pretty lucky, so what could possibly go wrong? Well, over 100 hours later, I found out that pretty much everything can go wrong. Because after killing over 350 Scathas, and also honestly starting to feel like I was going crazy from mining in a straight line for so long, I still had not dropped a pet. And so I decided this grind simply wasn't worth it anymore, and I just needed to move on. But I had spent so much time doing this that I was having a really hard time moving on. So I convinced myself to try for one more day before officially just giving up. You can't really do too much until... Oh my god! Yes! I don't care if it's rare, it's done! Finally! 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 Yes! So yeah, turns out that one extra day of grinding ended up being a pretty good idea. Also, if you're confused as to why just this one random part of the video includes face cam, it's because when I was streaming this over on my Twitch channel, which by the way, you should join my Discord so that you get notifications for all my streams and videos, link in the description. But basically, these streams of me mining in a straight line for 6 hours straight were so incredibly boring that I figured I needed something to spice it up, so I threw on face cam. Anyways though, I spent the next couple of hours leveling up my beautiful new pet and then got started on my next grind. And what did I decide to follow up my painfully boring grind for the Scathe with, you may ask? Somehow an even more painfully boring grind. So basically there's this thing called Heart of the Mountain, which is another huge part of how to make a lot of coins with mining. But I've been avoiding talking about it up until this point because I'm trying really hard not to scare away the non-Skyblock players, and it's a little bit complicated. But to keep it as simple as possible, it's basically just a big skill tree that you can level up to get more perks like mining speed, mining fortune, and a ton of other things. But in order to actually level these perks, you need to collect both mithril and gemstone powder. So how do you get mithril and gemstone powder? Well, by mining mithril and gemstone, of course. Nope, just kidding. That apparently would have made too much sense for the admins. Instead, the best way to get powder by far is to mine a bunch of this block called hardstone, which, yes, by the way, non-Skyblock players, this does look exactly like stone, and it basically is, but for some reason we call it hardstone in Skyblock. But eventually, after I mine this stuff for long enough, I should get a treasure chest to spawn. There we go. And then if I hover over these little particles here, it will open the chest, and in chat, you'll see I've received 1,000 gemstone powder. And to show you how much better that is than actually mining gemstones themselves, I currently have 22,068 gemstone powder. And if I go and mine a gemstone, I now have 22,078 gemstone powder. So that gemstone block gave me 10. Let's mine another one. Maybe it was a fluke. Let's just see. 22,088. Okay, I'm just getting really unlucky. Let's mine one more. 22,098. Wow. So in order to get the same amount of gemstone powder from mining these that I got from that one singular chest, I would need to mine 100 gemstone blocks. And if that doesn't seem ridiculous enough for you, let me open another one of these to see if I can get it to happen. Yeah, you can see right here in chat, I got both gemstone and mithril powder from that chest right there. So not only is it way better than actually mining the blocks themselves, but you can basically do both at the same time. Anyways, enough complaining from me. So after getting started on this grind, I was able to calculate using a mod that I was getting roughly 70 to 80,000 of each powder every single hour, which seems pretty decent, but it is basically universally accepted in the Skyblock community that you need to get to at least 4 million of each powder if you want to have a good mining setup. Which meant that I was looking at another 50 hours minimum of powder grinding. On the bright side though, I was at least able to accomplish two things at once while doing this, because by mining the hardstone with an item called the jungle pickaxe, I could also accumulate sludge juice at the exact same time. which eventually to craft that Devon's armor I talked about earlier, I would need over 22,000 sludge juice, so it was a good time to get started. It actually even ended up taking an additional 10 hours or so of mining to finish up all of the sludge juice I needed after I was done powder grinding, so it was a good thing I got started when I did. When I was finished though, I took a look at my hardstone collection and found out I had mined 15.8 million hardstone in the process of doing all that. And then I met my new mortal enemy. I mean, at first glance, the Forger seems like a pretty innocent guy, right? How could this face possibly be evil? Well, if you remember earlier when I was talking about forging those first couple of gemstone drills, you'll remember me discussing the different amounts of times it takes to forge things. So if I head over to the ore section here, you can see something like a piece of refined titanium takes 8 hours and 24 minutes to forge. And you even have 5 forge slots at a time. So technically, if you needed a lot of refined titanium, you could forge 5 every 8 hours. So how much refined titanium was I gonna need for my max setup, you might ask? 120. And that's just the titanium. I was also gonna need over 150 refined mithril. Oh, and not to mention over 100 refined diamonds. And so when I started to do the math on how long it was gonna take me to forge all of this stuff, I panicked. Because basically the math came out to be that if my forge was not full 100% of the time from that moment onwards, I was never gonna upload a YouTube video again. So over the course of the next week or so, I went full sweat mode and mined ridiculous amounts of mithril and titanium. Honestly, if I hadn't been able to listen to podcasts and watch YouTube videos on my other monitor while I was doing all this mining, I might have gone insane because it was just too much grinding for one man to handle. And now I was finally in the home stretch of this grind, with the only 2 things missing being the Devon's armor and the Devon's drill. And I decided to focus on the armor first and save the drill for last, since that was kind of the holy grail of mining. And to actually make the armor set, I would once again have to return to Nucleus runs to try and get my hands on 24 Devon fragments. And surprisingly, I kind of had some terrible luck when it came to getting these things. Because as I came down to my last set of items for Nucleus runs, I still only had 22 Devon fragments. Meaning that if I didn't get 2 more fragments on this exact run, I was gonna have to do a ton more grinding. I actually don't want to look at it. I'm so done with these Nucleus runs. Please, at least one. ×2! Yes! ×2! Oh, it's over. Thank God. Oh my God. Thank God. It's done. Oh my God. We needed that. We needed that so bad. We needed that so bad. Oh, finally. On the flip side of things though, earlier in those Nucleus runs, on about my 40th or so run, I managed to get insanely lucky again. Not looking promising. Wait! I actually got a claw! Oh my God! This Nucleus luck is actually disgusting. Dude, the command is broken right now. I can't even check how many I have. I am telling you, I have less than 40 runs total though. That is alloy and alloy claw and all my Jade rolls in less than 40 runs. For those of you who aren't aware, the Quick Claw just so happens to be the best mining pet item in the entire game. And how rare is it from a Nucleus run? About 1 in 400. Which means I had now gotten the 1 in 8,000 alloy and the 1 in 400 Quick Claw in less than 40 Nucleus runs. Now, I'm definitely not a math expert, but I'm pretty sure that the odds of that happening are literally equivalent to winning the lottery. So I guess some people win $50 billion and others get some cool items in a video game. But now that I had all 24 Devon fragments, I could finally start forging the armor and get to work on my next grind. And this next grind was going to be a bit of a painful one, because I was going to have to acquire 20 gemstone chambers, which I think deserve a little bit of an explanation. So basically, this is another thing I haven't really talked about in this video, but part of upgrading your mining setup is putting gemstones on the armor. And the important gemstones are Amber, which gives mining speed, Jade, which gives mining fortune, and Topaz, which gives you pristine, which this one is by far the most important because it basically lets you drop higher tier gemstones. And the top tier of each gemstone is the perfect version, which requires roughly 2.5 million of that respective gemstone. And in order to max out my Devon's armor and drill, I would need 10 perfect jade, 10 perfect amber, and 5 perfect topaz, which works out to roughly 62 million gemstones total. But don't worry, I'm not planning on grinding all 62 million of these gemstones in like some crazy streak at the end here. I actually had been working on getting these all throughout the grind and basically had them all done at this point. But that's where these gemstone chambers come into play. Because in order to actually put all of these gemstones onto my Devon's armor, I need those 20 chambers. And in order to make those 20 chambers, I need 2,000 of an item called worm membrane. And the way you get this worm membrane is what I was referring to when I said this was going to be a pretty boring grind. Because essentially you just create a little lava fishing area and fish up as many of these worms as your brain can handle. And so after roughly 30 to 40 hours of this mind-numbing fishing process, I was down to my last membrane. Alright, I think this might be the last time I ever have to kill these worms right here. I currently need 8 more membranes to finish off the amount I need. I'm about to do the clear for our little loot share party here. I'm not even going to look at my inventory till they're all cleared out and just pray that I have enough. Please. You're kidding me. I'm 1 short. I am 1 membrane short. Oh my god. Alright, that's it. I'm literally going to fish up worms one at a time until I get this membrane. I am not about to sit here. Come on. Alright, this is the one. This is the one. Come on. Oh, there we go. We got it. We got it. Let's go. Let's go. I am finally done. Oh my god. And if I sound different right now, that's because it is currently 7:20 in the morning and I have yet to sleep. I kind of underestimated this grind. And yeah, it took a little bit longer than I thought it was going to. But heading back to my private island now, I can put all of these away. And there we go. My 31 stacks and 16 worm membrane, which equates to exactly 2,000 worm membrane. But I can't actually craft the gemstone chambers with this stuff quite yet because my forge is currently full of a bunch of different items that still have another 10 hours at the very minimum until they're completed. But after waiting for all of that stuff in my forge to finish and then also forging up all 20 of those chambers, it was time to max out and test my setup with this Devon's armor. So now I can just go ahead and click on each of these pieces and unlock all 5 of the gemstones on every single one of them. And just as a side note, if I was on like a regular profile where I could sell items to other players, each of these chambers would be worth about 10 million coins. So every click here would be costing me 10 million coins. And we are finally on the boots, and there we go. Every gemstone slot is now unlocked on this armor. So now it's time to go through the process of actually applying some gemstones to this stuff, which I do have 4 perfect topazes, which is enough for the full set, and 10 perfect jades I forged up as well, which will be enough for the full set as well. The only thing I have yet to mine up is the amber, so we're gonna have to go for like a lower quality gemstone on that. And actually at the moment, I only have 40,000 amber, which isn't even enough to get like a decent quality amber gemstone on all these pieces. So probably gonna have to go do some amber mining here in a second. But I'll start off by applying the perfect jades and topaz to all of these pieces. And finally the boots, and there we go. Now we have 3 out of 5 perfects on all these pieces as well. And the reason I have these 2 extra perfect jade gemstones here is because this will be for the Devon's drill when I eventually manage to get that here, and should just be a couple more days. Still waiting on some stuff in the forge, unfortunately. There we go, full jaded on the Devon's armor as well now. It is looking clean. Like I said though, I am currently a little bit short on amber here, so I'm gonna go ahead and just mine up enough to at least have like a fine version of the amber on it. But there we go, I now have fine jades on all of it, so this thing is pretty much ready to go for our test now. Alright, everything is good to go for the test, so I'll start my stopwatch for 15 minutes and let's do it. Alright, and my 15 minutes is up. I have to say, it felt like I was mining really fast, okay? Whether or not I was mining way faster than I previously was, I'm not too sure. But yeah, it's the moment of truth. But if our coins per hour at this point is not really solid, it might be a cause for some concern. Anyways, let's go ahead and open up the gemstone sack for the moment of reveal. 917,908 ruby gemstone. I'm pretty sure that's not bad. Let me do the math really quickly. I'd be looking at roughly 11 million coins per hour. That is very, very solid, considering I still have a major jump to go with the Devon's drill and even more perfect gemstones. But actually, speaking of the upgrade to the Devon's drill, all of these golden plates in my forge just finished. And so I think it's actually time to take the first step towards my Devon's drill, which is actually going to be starting the forge process for the titanium drill X355. Now, what I should mention here is this drill right here is actually terrible compared to the gemstone gauntlet I currently have, but this is essentially the base drill that'll then get upgraded to a 455, and then a 555, then a 655, and finally it'll get upgraded to the Devon's drill. So we'll go ahead and start the process for forging this base one right now. As you can see, a bit of a long forge time there at 1 day and 21 hours almost. And with that initial drill now in the forge, there was basically only one last material I needed to have everything for my Devon's drill. And that was 30 of an item called Corleonite. And this Corleonite has a 2% chance of dropping from a mob called Boss Corleone. Now, the terrible part about Boss Corleone is that he can only be found in one singular spot, and that spot is super hard to find. In fact, when I went looking for it, I spent about an hour just trying to find the location. But then, even once you find the location, it doesn't get much better because Boss Corleone only spawns every 1 to 2 minutes. But it only takes about 5 seconds to kill him, so every single time you kill him, there's just this awkward period of about a minute to a minute and a half where you're just standing around waiting. And then, to make matters worse, every couple hours, the Skyblock lobbies close in order to restart the servers. And so at just about the halfway point of the grind, the lobby I was in closed, and I had to go find another Boss Corleone location all over again. On the bright side though, this time I did manage to set up this kind of cool like Boss Corleone mob farm, and it made things a lot more enjoyable to say the least. And it almost seemed like it was boosting my luck too, because I was getting Corleonite drops like crazy. But then, as I was literally at 29 out of 30 Corleonite, disaster struck. Oh my god, the lobby is now a day 15, which means that it could close at literally any moment, and I am still at 29 Corleonite. I just need to get one more. Otherwise, if the lobby closes, that means No, it's closing right now! Oh no, please, just last for one more Corleone. I believe it. Oh no, I'm gonna have to find a whole nother one of these locations again, which literally took me like almost an hour this last time. You have got to be kidding me, just for this one last Corleonite. Oh no, it's closing. This is literally the worst case scenario. This is actually the worst case scenario. No, and it's TPing me out. The lobby has closed. Oh my god. All right, well, I guess I am going to be probably spending the next hour again searching for a new Corleone location so I can get this one last Corleonite. That's insane. And while you watch me suffer looking for yet another Boss Corleone location, I just want to give you all a friendly reminder that if you'd like to support me for all the time I dump into these videos, you can enter code RAGETRAIN in the Support a Creator box whenever you purchase anything on the Hypixel store. It won't cost you anything extra, and it helps me out a ton. And even if you never buy anything on the Hypixel store, if you enjoy these videos, simply leaving a like on them and subscribing to my channel is more than enough support. Anyways, as you can see, when I did finally arrive at another Corleone location like 30 minutes later, someone else was already there. As it turned out though, that actually didn't matter, because with the loot share feature, if one person drops it, as long as you hit the boss as well, you'll also get the drop. So we actually got a little bit of a party formed up for my final Corleonite drop. All right, let's try it again. Will they let him kill it? Okay, I think we're on the same page now. They were very hesitant to let him do it, but I think we're on the same page. Oh, I got it. Let's go, 30. Let's go. Oh my god, we got them all on the same page. And we got it. Okay, that was a little bit too much work just for one last Corleonite, but we're good, man. Oh my god, 30 Corleonite done. And now, at long last, it was time to forge my Devon's drill. I'm not sure what the exact amounts of everything are, though. I just know I have enough. So let me get my titanium out, my mithril, my refined diamond, which I assume I need as well. The Corleonite, of course, need that for the final upgrade. So first things first, upgrading this to the next version, the 455. And there we go, it's done already. Okay, now we hop in here again and we start the upgrade to the 555. Give me another 20 seconds. Now, second to last, we have the upgrade to the 655, and I need to grab some more stuff for that yet again. Okay, trying that one again. Let's go to the 655. I think I have all of this stuff on me. I guess we're about to find out. Yes, I do. There we go. And there it is, the Titanium Drill X655, and it's time for the final upgrade. So now we have to go ahead and take out the big guns because this actually costs a whopping 50 million coins to upgrade as well. Thankfully, I was aware of that fact way ahead of time, so I'd kind of been like saving up over time. Then, of course, I just have to head to the banker here, open up my vault, and take out the Devon's alloy. This is so scary to have in my inventory. I mean, look at this thing. It's currently worth almost 700 million coins for just a drop. That doesn't even include the drill. But here we go. Open up the forge once again. Head over to the very bottom one. There it is. 1 Devon's alloy, 1 Titanium Drill X655, and 50 million coins. Boom. All right. And finally, at long last now, my Devon's drill is completed. I'm actually so excited to click on this thing. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Oh my god, look at that. We officially have a Devon's drill. And as you can see in here, the base rarity of this thing is mythic, which means if I throw a recombobulator on this thing to upgrade the rarity, it'll be, I believe, divine rarity is what it's called, which it's the only item in the game I think you can get to divine rarity. But this thing is actually insane. Of course, I have also gone ahead and gotten all of the perfect amber gemstones done as well. So we have those ready to put on both the Devon's armor and now the drill. But before I could test it, I first put all of the basic enchants on it. Boom, there we go. And I think that is all of the enchants we need on it now. And now, if this was my gauntlet, we would basically be done here. But since this is the Devon's drill, literally the best mining item in the game, we're going to add another upgrade to it. So in many parts of this insane journey, I have had to mine a ridiculous amount of hardstone, which kind of seems useless a lot of the time. But if I head into the hardstone collection here and go over to the very last page, you will see an item called the Silex, which can be crafted with 9 concentrated stone, which at first glance doesn't seem that expensive. But when I click on one of these, you'll see each concentrated stone is 9 stacks of enchanted hardstone, which means that one of these Silexes is 81 stacks of enchanted hardstone. But what does a Silex do exactly? Well, it increases the efficiency enchantment level by 1. And you can use up to 5 of them on a drill to increase your efficiency to efficiency 10. So obviously, applying a bunch of these Silexes to something like a gauntlet would be a little bit of a waste because it's so expensive for an item you might not permanently be using. But with something like the Devon's drill, I'm pretty sure, I mean, at least I hope, I'm going to be using this thing for a very, very long time. So kind of makes sense to put this on it. But of course, I first need to go ahead and craft up, I believe it's 45 concentrated hardstone for the 5 Silexes I need, right? But now we can go ahead and start crafting the Silexes. But keep in mind, again, like doing it this way makes it seem like, oh, this isn't that many materials. But each one of these Silexes is equivalent to 3 million hardstone. And of course, now I'm going to use all 15 million of that hardstone on this one drill here, just to upgrade the efficiency levels a couple times. All right, so here we go. Silex number 1. Did it actually increase my efficiency level? Okay, there we go. Efficiency 6. I was worried for a second it wasn't going to actually increase it and I was going to get scammed, but we're good. Boom. There we go. Efficiency 7. That should be efficiency 8, efficiency 9, and finally, efficiency 10. Let's take a look at this thing. Oh, look at that. The golden efficiency 10. That looks insane. And now I just need to head over to the gemstone grinder here. And first, I actually need to take this perfect topaz gemstone out of my gauntlet because I'm going to need it for the Devon's drill now. And that'll actually probably be the end of the gemstone gauntlet for now. We'll be putting it in this backpack, but thank you for your service, sir. But now let's go ahead and toss our Devon's drill in here. And oh my god, I forgot about actually unlocking the slots. Okay, well, I can go ahead and put my 2 perfect ambers in here for now. I wonder if I have enough jade for those next 2 slots. 1 second. Okay, I think I do. We can throw this in here. Yes, I can unlock both of those. But then the last one is 250,000 coins, a flawless jade, a flawless amber, and a flawless topaz. I do not think I have those ones. I'll go ahead and put my 2 perfect jades in here for now, though. But yeah, all we wouldn't have in here now is the perfect topaz. Of course, that is like the most important one, though. I'm actually gonna have to go ahead and put the perfect topaz back on the gemstone gauntlet while I grind these 3 flawlesses out. So yeah, I guess I just burned 500,000 coins there for no reason. All right, but now it's time to go mine the last little bit of these gemstones because I am ready to have this max mining setup. All right, I think I've done it. I just need to go ahead and compact down all of these gemstones now, but I'm pretty sure I have enough for 1 flawless of each. Now put the Devon's drill back in here and click on this one. There we go. Now what I have to go ahead and do is take out my gemstone gauntlet again, spend another 500,000 coins to remove that perfect topaz off of it, and put it on to the Devon's drill. Oh my gosh. Look at that. That is beautiful as well. +7 pristine on that bad boy. That is nice. And then I headed over to the Mines of Devon for my final money-making test. What you'll notice here, though, is that I'm actually now mining Jade instead of Ruby, because now that I have a Scathe with Quick Claw on it, Jade is officially better than Ruby for me. And now, before I begin, let's take one final look at my stats here. We're rocking with 6,170 mining speed, 1,744 mining fortune. That is disgusting. And 15.8 pristine. Looks like there's actually someone else in the mines right now. They want to take a screeny. Let's go, man. Oh, he's actually rocking a Devon's drill as well. His is actually like completely maxed. He's kind of showing me up. But hey, you know what? We're getting there. We're getting there too. All right. Anyways, gonna totally clear out my jade gemstones from my sack there. So we're starting with 0. And yeah, I'll set my timer for 15 minutes and let's go. All right, 15 minutes is up. This is about to be the moment of truth. I'm a little bit nervous for it. Oh my God. All right. Hopefully it's a good amount. Remember, whatever amount of gemstones we have in here, it's ×3 for the amount for 15 minutes. So then that ×4 for how much I would make per hour. All right, here we go. Boom. 1.3 mil. Wait, I think that's really good. So over the course of a full hour, that would be 16 million coins an hour. I am definitely happy with that. And considering there are still some improvements that can be made to the setup, like I can recom everything to get it to a higher rarity. I could also still spend probably way too much time grinding for a drill engine to get a little bit more mining speed on this thing as well. And if I decide I really hate myself, I could even go ahead and grind up some more powder to increase my Heart of the Mountain perks, and that would probably get me a lot more coins per hour as well. So yeah, there we go. Went from making 2 million coins per hour from farming netherwort to 16 million coins an hour mining gemstones. Quite the improvement, if I do say so myself. Also just realized I forgot to put a reforge on this thing, so let's fix that really quickly. And boom, there we go. I put refined on it because I think long term I'll want to be able to get mining XP to level pets easily. I'm also definitely going to continue working on getting all the small little upgrades for this setup, and I think I'm even going to post some little like mini videos about that on my second channel. So you can click on the screen right now if you want to go sub to that channel, or you can click on this other video of mine that YouTube thinks you'll like.
The craziest human world records. Alright, beginning with the fattest person alive. This fella called John weighed 635 kilograms. That is absolutely crazy. So he's like 10 times heavier than I am. And then the oldest person alive were born in 1875 and they died in 1997, aged 122 and a half. That is mental. Next we have the shortest person ever, which is a guy called Chandra, who's 54.6 centimeters. 54.6 centimeters. Hold on. Okay, so there we go. Whoa. So he's an adult, but he's like literally the size of the bottom half of my leg. That is crazy. But then as big juxtaposition, the tallest guy ever is a guy called Robert with 272 centimeters in height. Whoa. At age 9, he could carry his father. I'm not surprised. Most followed person on social media is Cristiano Ronaldo with 710 million followers. That's crazy. Why? I get that he's a big footballer and stuff, but like that seems a bit ridiculous. That's a huge portion of the entire global population. Most battles won 55. Napoleon Bonaparte. He wore poison around his neck in case of defeat. Well, what's that mean? remains. So if he was about to die, he'd quickly poison himself so that no one gets to kill him. Sounds like a nice, healthy attitude. Ranked to number first by influence, most influential person in the world was the founder of Islam. This was Muhammad, born way back in 570. Most children, 69 children, 16 pairs of twins, 16 pairs of twins, 7 sets of triplets, and 4 sets of quadruplets. Oh my god! Must have been something about her and her partner's genes that would just duplicate them all over the place. 69! 69 people came out of her! No! How? Oh my god! Fastest person alive is of course Usain Bolt. Oh, what an incredible photo that is. That's amazing. Most Olympic medals won, 25. Go on, Michael Phelps. He also holds 26 Guinness World Records. Biggest inventor, Shunpai Yamazaki. He has 6,000 patents. Alright, but what's he invented? Okay, looks like he invented a lot of stuff I'm not smart enough to understand. I think he invented the flash drive though, which, you know, that is pretty significant. Biggest philanthropist currently is Bill Gates, who has given away $75 billion to charity. However, the biggest philanthropist of all time was Jamsetji Tata. Unlucky Bill. He's given away like 25 more billion than you, Bill. Unlucky Bill. First person to fly, forced to jump with a kite from a tower, one survived only to be executed later. Oh, what? That's so sad. So they didn't even want to jump, and then they got killed anyway, even though they nailed it. This was back in China in 559 AD. First person on the moon, Neil Armstrong. Poor bloody, what's his name? Buzz Aldrin. As if he could have just like pushed Neil out the way and been the first man on the moon. But he held back. He knew his place. I love thinking about the fact that their footsteps are still up there and just in the exact same place and haven't changed for like 50 years. First person in space was Yuri Gagarin, but he died 35 days later when the jet he was piloting crashed. Well, that's sad. Biggest serial killer, child murderer, and alright, I mean, you know, keep it light, guys. Most times in prison, 70 years. Biggest jugs. Why is there Zeds there? I don't know what that means. Oh my god. Alright, nice Annie. That's great stuff. Most muscular, Ronnie Coleman. 130 kg. Go on, Ronnie. God, this photo filter's made his nipples look so pointy. Whoa, longest name. Oh, this sounds like something I could get involved with. It's 747 characters long. Oh my god, I mean, you know I have a history with long names. Is it worth legally changing my name to beat this fella? Adolf Blaine Charles, David Earl, Frederick Gerald, Hubert Ivan, John Kenneth Lloyd, Martin Nero, Oliver Paul, Quincy Randolph Shaw. Okay, cool. Longest run non-stop, 563 kilometers. Non-stop! Most hated person in history, Adolf Hitler. 99% of people hate him. Bit weird for that other 1%. Highest paid is Tim Cook. So he's like the new CEO of Apple, I believe, and his salary is $265 million. That is crazy. Youngest self-made billionaire is Kylie Jenner at 21 years old. Most Oscars, Walt Disney. Okay, that makes sense. He has 22 different Oscars. That's pretty crazy. Youngest king in history was Oyo at age 3, king of Uganda. Whoa. Best detective was Joseph Kenda. The detective lieutenant had a closure rate of 92% and he solved 356 cases. Sexiest man? Yes, Paul Rudd. I agree with that one. What's Ryan Reynolds doing there? Get out of here, Ryan Reynolds. Sexiest woman in 2022 was Paige Spiranek, this golf influencer. Golf influencer? Incredible. Highest paid athlete was Lionel Messi with earnings of 130 million. Hairiest fella ever was Larry. Also known as Wolfman. I wonder why that is. 98% of his body is covered in hair. That's crazy. Most popular singer, 500 million sales. That would be Elvis Presley. That makes sense. Most popular writer, William Shakespeare. That also makes sense. Most records broken. Guinness World Record for the most Guinness World Records. Oh, that is gotta be like the most coolest, epicest Guinness World Record that you can get. The Guinness World Record for the most Guinness World Records. Ashrita, and he has over 600. Nah, that is ridiculous. I am not attempting that one before you ask. The stupidest death. Jumped into active volcano to prove he is an immortal god. Oh no. Empedocles, what are you thinking, you silly Billy? Most assassination attempts, 638. Oh, no wonder he's smoking that cigar all cool. 600 assassination attempts and still no one got him. Greatest conqueror was Genghis Khan with 24 million kilometers squared. Jeez. And the current richest person in the world is Elon Musk, but apparently the richest of all time was Joseph Stalin. I did not see that coming. 7.5 trillion? Oh my god. Alright, thank you very much for watching. Remember to check out Mr. Ranker at the top of the description. Subscribe to me. Let's get to 900,000. We're so close. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you later. Which of my YouTube channels is the deadest? Today we'll be finding out which of my many YouTube channels gets the least monthly views currently. And that channel will be crowned the deadest. Now, step one is, can I actually name all of my YouTube channels? Because as I said, we've got way too many of them. That's why we've got these. So, Jack Sucks at Life, Jack Massey Welsh, Jack Sucks at Stuff. They're the easy ones. Then we've got Jack Sucks at Geography, Turd Boy 420, and not forget Turd Boy. Jack Sucks at Clips, that's the newest one. I'm definitely missing one. What am I? Sam Smells Apricots, my first YouTube channel. Jack Sucks at Boba Pirate, is that them all? EJ Sack. Okay, that's the 9. That's right. Also, in this video, I'm not counting OG Jack Massey Welsh and Samuel Smells Apricot singular because they're not really proper channels. So, will I be able to predict the correct order from most monthly views to lowest monthly views? I think so, but I'm not 100% sure. The first one is, however, easy. Jack Sucks at Life currently gets the most monthly views. That's all we're basing this off. It's not based on, like, percentage of views to subscribers or anything. It's just how many views each channel has got within the last 28 days. So here we can see summary in the last 28 days. Jack Sucks at Life has had 3.7 million views, which, to be fair, that's not bad, you know, considering Jack Sucks at Life uploads on average about 3 videos a month. I'm generally pleased. Like, you can see this last video has 500k views, 450, nearly 400k. I'm so happy with how Jack Sucks at Life's doing, because the views per video has gone up so much compared to this time last year. So anyway, that was a nice easy start. Jack Sucks at Life is not dead. What's my second not deadest channel? It's either going to be this channel, Jack Sucks at Stuff, or it's going to be Jack Massey Welsh, isn't it? These are the easy ones at the start. I'm pretty sure that Jack Sucks at Stuff gets about 2 million views a month. So let's log into Jack Sucks at Stuff so we can confirm for sure. Oh, I was really close. Yeah, 2.1 million views in the last month, which you can see by this arrow, that is lower than normal. So if you're watching this video right now, please have a look and make sure that you are actually subscribed to Jack Sucks at Stuff, because you can see we're very close to 600k, and I think we hit 500k like 9 months ago or something, so it's been a bit of a grind, this one. But once again, really happy with how Jack Sucks at Stuff's doing. Obviously, I upload quite a lot more on this channel than I do on Jack Sucks at Life, and within the last month particularly, views have increased quite a lot, so I really appreciate the support that you are giving me here. That is epic. It's quite funny because I get so many requests to do more Minecraft stuff, but the reason I've had more views per video in the last month is because I haven't been doing these Minecraft videos, which, although they were fun, less people do watch them on my channel anyway. I know that lots and lots of channels get millions of views with Minecraft, but for me, for whatever reason, at this stage, it's not as popular. Right, so I think I've got the correct order so far, but potentially the Jack Massey Welsh channel might have more than 2.1 million views in the last month. I don't think so. I'm gonna guess it's about 1.2 million. I would assume so anyway. The only reason I'm saying it is because this video from 3 weeks ago did quite well. So I've now logged into Jack Massey Welsh. Let's have a look. Whoa, my god! Jack Massey Welsh channel has actually had more views than Jack Sucks at Stuff in the last 28 days. It's very, very close. Basically the same. It was 2.1 compared to this 2.2 million. That's mad. I didn't expect that. I thought I would get this list completely right, but I've actually got it wrong on the second channel. So Jack Massey Welsh, this month anyway, is officially less dead than Jack Sucks at Stuff. So I've just had a look in the analytics, and I guess it's just because this video from quite a long time ago, like we made this August 2020, it went viral. It got like 2 million views, but you can see in the last month, it's still managed to have over 100k views, so I guess that's bumping up our average quite a bit. And then there's a few other videos, like these are all really old, but they're still getting quite a lot of views, whereas on Jack Sucks at Stuff, it's a really active subscriber base, so you get a lot of views per new video, but there isn't that many videos like in the algorithm from a while ago doing their thing. They all kind of get a lot of views in the first couple of days, and then the views kind of plateau, whereas fortunately on Jack Massey Welsh and on Jack Sucks at Life, there's a bunch of like older videos that are still getting traction. Alright, so don't subscribe, obviously does not have any videos, so that does not count in this. You can save your annoying little comments. Jack don't subscribe had 0 views, therefore that's the deadest channel. Shut your mouths, alright? We've done Jack Sucks at Life, we've done Jack Massey Welsh, and we've done Jack Sucks at Stuff, and I've gotten the order wrong already, but which is our next biggest channel? It must be Jack Sucks at Geography, surely. Yeah, I'm pretty certain on this one. It must be Jack Sucks at Geography, so let's log in and let's find out. Right, there we go. So you can see in the last 28 days, Jack Sucks at Geography has actually had less than 1 million views, but when we hover over this, you can see that normally a good month would be about 300k views. So Jack Sucks at Geography is doing really well. If I go in the analytics, we've had 300% more views than we normally do. Isn't that incredible? So Jack Sucks at Geography is quite an interesting one. I've kind of quit this channel about 3 different times over the last year. So when the channel first launched, it was doing really, really well. It was at the height of me making loads of YouTube channels, and I was doing a GeoGuessr video about twice a week. So I kept doing that for maybe 2 months, but you will see that on average, I started losing views. Quite a lot of videos here are getting below 100k views compared to like 200 plus when the channel first came out. So I started uploading less videos, and then eventually I stopped completely just because I was putting quite a lot of time into it each week, but I just ended up losing money because obviously the editor fees were outweighing how much money the channel was generating. So then because I still had fun playing GeoGuessr, I just...
This is the Golden Dragon, and it's the most expensive pet in Minecraft, costing over 1 billion coins to fully upgrade. And I'm gonna spend the next month of my life trying to get one. And the first step towards doing that is gonna be to purchase the egg that the pet actually hatches from. As you might have guessed though, that egg isn't exactly cheap. And in addition to some other materials that we'll worry about getting later, I'm gonna need a whopping 500 million coins to purchase it. Luckily for me though, I just recently dedicated 700 hours of my life to creating this mining setup that's capable of making over 16 million coins per hour. And to make matters even better, Cole is currently the mayor of Skyblock, which means that for the next 5 hours, I'll be able to make double the amount I usually would. So I think it's time for me to stop wasting time and get to mining. Alright, I survived the mining fiesta. Gotta say though, mining glass for 5 hours straight isn't exactly my definition of fun. But in that span of time, I managed to make almost 115 million coins, which means that we're about 25% of the way towards buying that egg. And considering that this was only day 1 of the grind, that was some pretty decent progress. But then I kind of screwed it all up when I got super obsessed with upgrading my mining gear and managed to spend literally every last coin I had just earned on those upgrades. Including one point where I spent over 80 million coins upgrading a pet for essentially a